What's going on, guys? It's the experience, but just kidding. Just kidding. I think I've done that bit before, starting out right after I told you off air that I'm not that guy. New guest. Not new to the channel, but new to the camera view over here. We have Jimmy Doom, aka Jimmy the Looper, aka No Geeks Allowed. How's it going, Jimmy?
Hi, first time, long time. This is a radio show.
First, radio show. So don't worry about it. Your face is not being shown at all.
Well, I gotta pick my nose like a motherfucker.
First time, long time, no time, and he will love you long time. Jimmy the Looper. Beep, 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 beep. Repping the Pittsburgh Pirates too, by the way.
Yeah, dog shit team, but you know, gotta rep them.
I don't subscribe to many sports that don't start with E, but if I had to, it would probably be Pittsburgh because that's where I was born.
Oh, right on.
That's how.
Yeah, that's a lot of my family's from out there.
Okay.
My wife's family's from all out there, and so I just lucked into it.
Oh, yeah, you're all yinzers out there. You going downtown to watch the Pirates?
Downtown.
You going downtown?
Downtown.
What are you doing? My dad is a total, like, the yinzer. Like, I literally, like, we'll go walking out anywhere, and he's always like, how you doing? How you doing? I'm like, dude. He'll literally call me up and be like, how you doing? And I'm like, you couldn't be more Pittsburgh if you tried.
I didn't realize how much I talk differently than, like, I never thought I had an accent. My friends fucking hit me with this shit one time. They're like, you have an accent. And I was like, no, I don't. And then, like, just listen to them talk. And I was like, oh, shit. And it's been in my head. It's probably been about 3 or 4 years since they hit me with that shit. And I still think about it because now I listen to how people talk.
Yeah.
And hear how I talk. I'm like, shit, I do talk kind of weird.
I can hear it a little bit. Like, it does sound like you grew up there. I think I got out. I was free. I've been free for so long that I think I lost most of it. But every now and then, my brain will still want to call soda pop.
That's crazy.
Or
I would
say
never do that.
things like, or like pop instead of pop. I'll want to say like pop or dog. I sometimes go into dog a lot. When I say dog, I'll be, look at this dog. And then like police or whoever I'm with would be like, dog? Like, where are you from? New York? And I'm like, no.
Got like 4 W's, 6 G's.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even from out there. Like, I'm from over on the Philadelphia side of the world. And but I got like a twang or a tang to it or whatever it is, or the orange drink.
Oh yeah,
I got that going on.
It's got the orange tang. So wait, so yours is more of like a Philly then?
I guess. I don't know.
Do you say Wooder?
They just told me I had an accent. No, I don't say Wooder. Wooder's that's stupid.
Wooder ice.
That's stupid.
I know.
If I do say, I will say no. When I say, I'm gonna get some water ice, that sounds weird to me. We're like, give me water ice. Like, it's water ice. Like, not Italian ice or water ice.
Wooder ice.
Like, water ice just sounds like, that's too much like water ice.
Water.
So water.
That's
seems
so
like too much effort.
That's so weird because you say water, but then when you say water ice, because I say it like water ice.
Water ice.
It's water ice.
Water ice. But I would say I'm hot, I'm thirsty, give me a water.
Yeah.
That sounds equally as stupid to me.
Right. That's so funny. Well, welcome.
I'm a walking hypocrisy.
Yeah, right. Welcome to the stream for real life. I know, obviously, you're one of my most devoted viewers, and you always make me feel like I'm not insane. You're usually the only person in my streams. No, but when you're the only one, I'm like, oh hell yeah, Jimmy's here. I don't feel like a crazy person talking to myself. So I want to say to your face and for everyone to see, thank you. I appreciate it. Genuinely, like, you're the man. You're the MVP of my stream as far as I'm concerned.
Oh yeah.
I guess maybe besides Josh, because he does do this show with me every week.
Nah. Oh, my bad. Oh, so you want Josh? My bad. I see.
No. Oh, Jesus. Wait. Oh, shit. I gotta change your name now.
Well, Dark Souls is one of the worst games ever made.
There we go. All right. You have a different. You have a different name now. How? Why? Has he seen that?
No. I had many a text asking for permission to do it, and then I just said, that wouldn't be as funny when he finally gets to see this. So I made sure I grabbed one off of like his public, still loading profile that's obviously available. And I'll have him autograph it when I see him next. That way, you know, it's not totally weird. But I'm a fan.
That's amazing.
You know, it's a nice picture of him. He looks good. So it wasn't like some dog shit angle. It's like, you know, it's a straight on. You know, went to CVS today and printed it out. And if you would have canceled today, I still would have had a really cool picture to mess with my wife with. Like peek around the corner and she didn't know I got it. So. Oh, who the fuck is that?
Oh my god. Dude, that's hysterical.
The amount of money I spend on like dumb jokes that are one-off is fucking insane. Like I on my desk right now, I'll show you another one. One of my good friends, his name's Jan. I figure out how to do this. There we go.
What is that?
Oh, wrong way. There we go. So one of the nicest guys on earth. But we played Magic the Gathering, and he did something one time where we just kept calling him the threat of the whole game. So everybody targeted him, got rid of him out of the game. So then I thought it was fucking hilarious. So I just did like the Obama hope thing and just made a threat sticker. That's the second batch of stickers.
And those are not cheap.
No, they're cheap, but it's hilarious. I hand them out to all of our buddies. They're on like their water bottles. I have one on my laptop over here. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I think Carrot Top's awesome at what he does, and I think that's a huge inspiration. So
totally.
I've never been to Vegas, but I always tell that my wife when we go, that's the one thing I have to see.
Oh yeah.
Like of all the fucking things to see there, I have no interest in going to Vegas, but if I'm there, that's the one thing I'm like, because she goes there for work, and I'm like, I'll just tag along.
Oh, okay. Yo.
And then I'll go wander around.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, as somebody who just went for the first time a couple weeks ago, it's pretty rad. I guess the only like show thing that we did was the Sphere. We saw like the Wizard of Oz thing, which was pretty rad.
Did they throw apples or some shit at you? Is that what I saw?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like there's like a bunch of 4D stuff. So in the tornado scene, like the wind is whipping around and they're blowing like leaves around the whole place. And then when they go through like the apple orchard, like just a bunch of fake foam apples just like fall like from the whole entire height of the Sphere, which I'm kind of cool. Surprised hasn't caused some kind of injury. Like they're light and squishy, but still.
Sure, someone will find a way to get hurt.
To die. Yeah. Fall all the way down those very steep stairs. But that was cool. Carrot Top would be great to see. I've seen the Blue Man Group like in Philly, but seeing them like in their home space, or I assume it's their home space. Like they could all be different people, you know, that like are in different venues. Like it might be a different show entirely because they're not even the same guys. But
that's a pretty good point. That's definitely a good ruse to have, and then kind of diversify. Like, oh, we got multiple stages at the same time. They'll never know it's the bald guy with the blue paint,
right? Yeah, because they all look the same. Like, and they're actually like really impressive. Like when you see a real show, like they do this thing where they like throw marshmallows into each other's mouths from like the entirety of like the stage, like perfectly, like just one after another, and just like their visual presence is so cool and interesting. But Carrot Top would be rad. I can't say I like particularly love him, but I've only heard good things, especially now that he does all these like Vegas shows.
Yeah, I just like the level of like just dumb whimsy. Like I have no interest in like I like all comedy and whatever, but I just there's something like he's still the only guy who's really like that guy. Like I'm not into the dudes with puppets and shit. Like I'm not that don't do nothing for me. But
same.
But it's like a guy. It's just a dumb pun, and this guy just leans into it to the point where it's like you have to laugh.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, he's fully committed. He's not cashing a check because he's been doing it for what 40 years.
Right.
So
yeah, or it's like Weird Al. You know, like you have the thing.
Yeah. Yep.
And it may not be for everyone, but you just own it and you double down. You know, you are that thing, and that's what people know and love you for. Hell yeah.
Go. Yeah, shout out to Weird Al.
Right? Yeah, he's been doing it. He also has like a lot of like, I don't want to say, what is it? Like integrity when it comes to, like he doesn't like when he's on set and stuff with a bunch of people who are like nervous to be around him because he's such a legend. He always will like, apparently I've never been on set with him, but he always like apparently sits down with people and talks to them. He's like, hey, I'm Al, you know, like I'm not like I'm Weird Al, you know me, the famous guy. He's just like, hey, how's it going? I'm Al, you know. And we'll talk to people and, you know, kind of demystify that persona that's like larger than life to make it.
I think you have to, because I think like whether or not you're a Weird Al fan. I think everybody's a Weird Al fan to
some extent.
modicum. Yeah, so it's like that level of like, hey, it's Al.
Yeah. I am Albert.
Mr. Al. Can I call you Mr. Al?
I don't know. Yeah.
Mr. Weird.
Big Al's Toy Barn.
Big Al's Toy. We're gonna get save some box.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the rabbit.
Yes, now I can get your jokes in real time. There's no delay where I gotta type it out. So
right.
sometimes the delay's too gone. I'm like, fuck it, I'm not gonna. Too gone. They've already moved on.
I know.
I got the reference.
I do that all the time. Wait, I realized I quoted the wrong thing. I quoted SpongeBob when I meant to say. Oh, there's a line where Big Al's Toy Barn he's on the phone and he's trying to be hurried along. I can't remember.
Yeah. It's all right. We got there. Hey, either way, it's still landed. That's
all that matters. We're here.
Yeah.
Well, we do have a topic. Anyone who can see in the name of the video right now, whether you're here live or after the fact on YouTube, thank you for being here. You started a journey with a GH pretty recently. After you dropped the shell shock of a lifetime on me, in that you, as someone who watches anime, has never, because it'd be different.
We gotta take a pause there.
Okay.
I would say I watch anime.
Okay.
Like
I've
seen maybe like a few dozen animes. Like, it's not my thing. I don't get excited about anime. Like,
okay,
it takes a lot for my friends to be like, here, watch this thing, and then I get to it like 10 years later, and I'm like, oh, that was sick. like it's just not my. Of the list of my geekdoms,
yeah,
it doesn't get me excited, but I'm not opposed to it. I have no aversion to it. It's just I'm not like, I saw One Punch Man. I was like, this is stupid. Like, this is like, I get the joke. Dude, I know. I got hot takes.
Whoa, do it. One Punch Man doesn't respect the viewer's time. Do it.
I just, at the end of it, he throws 2 punches to beat the guy, and I was like, how do they still call this One Punch Man?
Yeah, I know. Well, that's how you know how strong he is, because he had to do 2 punches.
But I do like. There's some anime. I mean, I like animes. I'm not, like I said, there's no version 2 anime, but I'm not like going like to track down like the newest one or go to see what other people are watching. Like the last MagFest, we did a group cosplay as in Full Metal Alchemist, and I was Greed from Brother.
Okay.
I'm 3-4 years of just doing cosplay, and it's fun. I love it. I think it's just sick. Just be a goofball and have fun. And I was like, but I'm like, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is awesome. I like that one. That one. I was like, oh, they landed. Cool. I'm in. We're all doing this together. Sick.
Nice.
But Cowboy Bebop got a lot of hot. I don't get it. I don't get it.
What?
I don't get it.
Really?
I don't get it.
That's my number one. That's my.
That's a lot of people's number one.
It is. Yeah.
I was like, and I like Firefly. So that's like the the same shit. It just I don't know. It's just I don't know if like the pacing doesn't click, or like it being animated doesn't like land as much with me. I don't really thought about it until I started watching Studio Ghibli, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was like, there's no reason I don't like a lot of this stuff. Like, I don't like Dragon Ball Z for a lot of reasons. It's just when I was a kid, it was just the pacing was horrible. Like, my attention span, like I'm playing with my action figures, Toonami comes on, I'm like, they don't do anything.
Right.
Like,
they just sit around and talk, and then they sit around and scream, and then there's one, like 1 to 5 seconds of fighting, and then they go back. That's why I love Dragon Ball Kai, which is an edited version that they did somewhat more recently, within the last 10 years or so, where it's like, all right, we know about all of our bullshit, and so we're gonna make it actually like how it should have been, without the padding out for the manga and all that crap. And it's actually like way better.
Get that out there, just because I'm not an anime stan, or I'm not against it, but just the list I like is probably pretty short, and that's probably a lot of the popular ones are, Soul Eater's my favorite. I'll just, that's my all-time favorite. Loved it. Thought it was just fun. And then that's the only manga I've ever read, just because I heard it was different and how it ended. I liked them both. I was like, oh, that's cool. It's, I don't like ride off like sub or dub or the manga versus the anime. I just treat them for the medium that they are, and just kind of just call any expectations I have.
Okay.
That's just a weird way to go about things when time is money, and you gotta wrap it up.
Sure. Well, I mean, the fact that you have seen some anime and like them, I gotta watch Soul Eater. I gave it a shot back in the day when it was airing, and I couldn't really get into it. But I want to give it another shot. And I know that creator makes Fire Force, which I know is really popular right now. So I should give both of those a shot, a fair shot. I watched like a couple, and I was like, this is cool, but nothing like really. It's kind of like Fairy Tail. When I watched that, I was like, there's nothing like that specifically hooked me.
Do you like Fairy Tail?
Not really, no.
All right, no, I didn't like that. I give that the first season. I thought the Key Mage chick was awesome.
Yeah.
I wish they just did her, and then that was it. Like, the first episode, the dude turned into a dragon, and I was like, oh, this is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Never turns into a dragon for the rest of the season. I was like, this, what are we doing here? What do we think?
I know. Well, they always do that, like, big, like, I think, like, the first episode of Naruto, when they're, like, they have to, the first thing you see is a bunch of ninjas getting killed by the freaking nine-tailed fox, and you're like, oh, shit, okay. I don't know if you've ever given that one a shot. It's another one where it's like, if you're going to watch, like, there's like a bunch of shows that followed in the footsteps of Dragon Ball Kai, which was an official release. But there's like Naruto Kai, where people have cut out all the filler and it's like actually digestible. There's One Piece, which I love One Piece, but Jesus, like, it's far too long. I like the live action of One Piece. I thought that was cool. It's pretty good. I think it's as good as the medium can be. I just don't like. Yep. I don't know why it needed to be live action. You know, like, it's cool that it got a bunch of people interested in watching the anime. Like my girlfriend, she was like, "This is awesome. I love this show," and I kept watching it with her, being like, "I liked how they did this better in the anime. Like, this looks kind of weird and wonky." And then she's like, "If this is better, how could this be better?" And then we watched like 2 episodes, and she was like, "I see it. I see it now." And now she's watching that. But yeah, if you are ever interested in trying out One Piece or Naruto, like, definitely check out Naruto Kai or what's called One Piece, where they like cut it all out and cut all the bullshit out and make it actually watchable. It's still stupidly long. So, and I get it. Time is money. So it's probably. The thing is, like, I don't mind filler episodes. Like, I'm actually longing for the days when we didn't have like these new Netflix, Amazon Prime shows where it's like 8-episode movies, where it's like, you know, I was like, I don't mind like Monster of the Week, 21 episode season where like 13 of those episodes is just like a side quest. Like, just, you know, it doesn't, not everything has to be like this 8-hour big production. Like, give me some like goofy guy in a prosthetic suit getting beat up by like, you know, Sam and Dean Winchester. Like, just, you know, it don't gotta be crazy. And that's why we're into tokusatsu. I mean, yeah, dude, that whole genre is, everybody's sleeping on that. I know. COVID got me into watching Guyver, and I think if I would have gotten to like Super Sentai first, I think I would have like leaned into that more, because it's definitely more my speed. It's definitely more like campy, and I like that about it. Where Guyver, like, it tries to take itself seriously. Like, I think I don't know how to describe it. Like, I mean, the people that do Super Sentai, actors, everybody who works on it, definitely aren't leaning into it being like a goofball kid show. Like, they're all very like, hey, it's the themes, we like trains. Not like, hey, but we like trains, and cool. That's the season. We're doing trains, and there's no like jokes about them liking trains. Just they're all in on it. Yeah, and that's cool. And it's like, it's not like they're not leaning into the campiness, but like, it's still kind of like it is. That's what I like about it. Yeah, it's earnest. Yeah, we're like Guyver, or not Guyver. Kamen Rider? What am I saying? Kamen Rider, excuse me. I think I said Guyver first, but Guyver's cool too. Kamen Rider, though, has that same where like they try really hard to be serious, and sometimes it's like, man, it's like they just kind of phone it in. I don't think they put as much care or effort into it, I think, that Super Sentai does. And I like Kamen Rider more because, like, when they do lean into like the serious stuff, it's a little bit more like a little heavy sometimes. But I know Super Sentai has a couple like that too. But I don't know. I think it's just one of those things where it's like they're apples and oranges. Like, they're just, you know, you have wizards in one and conductors in another, and right? Kind of just hope for the best. And it's like there's still people dressing up in, you know, spandex suits and foam armor fighting rubber monsters. You know, it's like you can only go so far with the seriousness. So it's like they don't feel too like some of the. I watched Kamen Rider Black, and that's like very, melodramatic, and
Yeah.
I was just like, I love the way that this is shot. It's so cinematic, but also it's like you're taking this so seriously. Like, take it seriously, but you can't take it 100% seriously because it's still the genre that it is, and it's designed to be
Correct.
campy. You know, it's like
Yeah.
if they had done, I don't know. I mean, like some of the newer Godzilla movies, like the American ones, are cool, dumb popcorn flicks, and it's like the scale feels really big because it's got a big budget. So, like, I just want to see what they could do with a Kamen Rider or Super Sentai if they didn't do it 50 episode seasons. Like, if they took that whole budget, because they do week after week after week for the entire year, and then it's right on to the next one. Well, up until last year anyway, when Sentai ended, but Kamen Rider's still going. Like, I always say, like, okay, take that budget for a whole year and do it like an anime. Do a 26 episode season. Because then,
That would be cool.
If you did a 26 episode season, that's double your budget per episode. Like, they could do so much, or even 13. They could make each episode like a movie, because they stretched that budget hard for like a TV show. Like, all that time and money you could spend just making each episode, like, go for quality over quantity. It would be like the biggest thing in the world. It's already like huge, you know. It didn't catch on quite as much over here after Power Rangers fizzled out, but like that Toko could be like ruling the world if they did that. I don't know. That's my
It's
opinion as a fan.
one of those, like, a weird thought I had after watching a lot of like the Super Sentai, that whole genre is just like, man, like, if I, like, you know, people talk about, like, oh, if I had a time machine, I'd go back and invest in Google and I'd be a billionaire. But, like, your life would change. Like, the butterfly effect would be so crazy if you did that, because, like, you would be an entirely different person if you just went back, fucked around, and found out now you're 10 times over a billionaire.
Right.
Like, I would go back and just invest in quarries in Asia. Like, that'd be just enough money. It's like, because every fight scene takes place in a quarry. It's the same fucking, has to be like one of the same 2, 3, 4 quarries.
Yep.
But I was like, man, I just like, dude, we're not gonna drill. I'm gonna make no impact on the environment.
Right.
There's gonna be some ninjas fighting lobsters.
Yep.
And it's gonna be sick as shit. And and I would like just do real cheap deals. You know what I mean? But I was thinking about that.
You also have to open up a like pyrotechnics company too.
Oh yeah, everybody shooting sparklers off.
yeah.
You're right.
So,
see, we should go in business if we get a time machine.
We should. Yeah. Well, so first we'll invent a time machine, and then we move to Japan with the money that we make from the time machine, investing in like Bitcoin or some shit.
True.
So
yeah, we got at least get a little bit of capital first. Not like you know, egregious villain levels of capital, but like, you know,
enough.
Yes, $1 million.
$1 million. This is like so little.
1 million. That's probably all you need to go buy a quarry in, like, you know, Japan in 1986.
Yeah. I mean, maybe even earlier, because I think they started in like the 70s. There's a special effects guy like who worked on tokusatsu shows for like 30 years, and he will like, you can pay this guy and he'll go out into one of those quarries and just blow shit up behind you, and people do like their like wedding photos there and stuff, and it's like
so sick.
I know.
That is so sick.
Yeah. I always see like the big fireball explosions, but I was like, I want I love the Super Sentai ones where it's the colored smoke, and it's just
I do like that one better,
and it's like each of their colors behind them. I'm like, ooh, yeah, this scratches some kind of itch. Like, whatever flavor of neurodivergent that I am, I just know it's not vanilla. Sure. You know, it loves the color-coded characters, which is probably why I like Sonic so much. Like, Power Rangers, Super Sentai, Sonic, like, anytime there's a... Well, Sonic is actually not good because... do it. God, he's gonna get the biggest kick out of that.
So, I really hope so, because there's a lot of, like, questionable... I was like, I just want permission, but I also want him to be like, that's like a, you know, I wanted to be a surprise for him that I spent $5 on your face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? $5, baby.
That shot right there is gonna be the thumbnail of this video. Well, speaking of this video, we should probably get into the meat and potatoes of it all, since we do have 3 movies to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're 2 tangents in a pod, by the way. So this is
yeah. Oh, I know. It's
a lot of D's in this HD, baby.
Hey, we got 2 hard D's. I'm always like, when people are like, oh yeah, I always go off on bunny trails. I like, I'm like, is it called a bunny trail because it kind of goes up and down, and because the bouncing. I was like, if that's a if this is a bunny trail, I normally go on dolphin trails. Like I'm just like, I'll go off. Like I say this like you don't know, and you don't like experience this every week when it's like, get to the fucking point.
It's definitely I mean, I would say it is funny watching. One of my favorite parts, at least, plugging your show, is watching you and Josh interact is probably my favorite, because like you guys have such similar interests but different personalities that when you guys have a conversation, it is like the fact that you have 2 screens here, my picture, your picture, is so indicative of how you guys have conversations, because it is like, holy shit, man. And I'm like, and I got ADHD. I'm like watching. I'm like, what the fuck are we want? And then you somehow throw a Hail Mary like an hour later, like, we were talking about this bottle. I'm like, oh fuck, I totally forgot we were talking about that. Like, it is crazy.
Yeah, I love that recurring bit of like
entertaining though.
So all that to say, it sounded like you really like this movie.
Yep.
That always gets Josh. It always kills him, because the whole time I'm like, dude, you are like now basically reciting an entire like chapter of the Wheel of Time to me, and I'm like, I brought up something entirely different, and you're like, let me tell you about the entire plot of this book real quick. And I'm like, give me like a cliff note. Like, I'm like, oh, that's cool, but like now if I ever read it, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I already know this whole chapter because Josh told me the whole thing.
And like I can see it coming too. Like I could see it coming. I could smell it. I'm like, here comes the tangent. It's in the air.
I'm so guilty of it too, though.
The problem is I forget. But then like he gets like so passionate about it, and I lock in. I'm like, I'm excited. Like, I don't know what you guys were talking about, but I'm now all in on what he's talking about. And then you bring it back, I'm like, oh, that's right. That I was in on that too. Like I like that too. You fucked me.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I love about our show, because like you said, we are so similar in our interests, but within the interests themselves, that it's hard for us to be more different. Like we're.
Oh man, it's good. It's good. It's entertaining as shit. I mean, I think it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. And I'm so guilty of the tangents, like, because I get passionate about stuff too, and I can tell when Josh checks out if I'm talking about something for too long, and he's like, I just see in the reflection of his stuff behind him scrolling on the internet, and I'm like, oh god damn it.
To be fair, Josh, he is he's looking up things like to give you factual, non-anecdotal. Which I would never do. I'm just gonna lie to you. I'm gonna make up shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't care.
Yeah.
Get me tomorrow. I don't care. But that's what I like about his podcast too. At least I can do is say nice things about Still Loading Podcast. This guy does a really good job.
Go follow the Still Loading Podcast. That's so funny. Just have a cutout of him, and because it was trimmed at the top, it kind of looks like he has like a John Cena flat top, or like
I know.
The Guile hair.
I trimmed it too weird, so I had to cut it straight across.
So good.
Yeah, I was hoping that wasn't gonna be as noticeable, but it is really fucking level.
Yeah. It's straight across. No,
it's my boy Guile.
All the love. Yeah, that's what I was. Guile win quote. That's a different YouTuber altogether. No, all the love to Josh. I appreciate him for coming on it every week, and it is hilarious when we clash, because, or if I bring up Dark Souls too many times. Anyway, we've already diverted from the topic by talking about diverting from the topic.
Neurodiverted.
We neurodiverted is a. I'm just gonna start calling it that. I may try to fit that into the title of this video somehow. As somebody who has seen and does enjoy some anime, I will say, to amend what I said.
That's right. See,
half an hour ago.
I can brought it right back. I totally forgot that's where I damn, amazing.
So it's like I've been doing this. Neurodivert. Wait, that's different.
Ooh, I like that too.
Neurodivert. Yeah. Oh, got a no-show. Oh, hell yeah. Well, this is Palisa. She is here. Palisa, you know Jimmy from MagFest. We ran into him.
That one time.
That one time. Dude, that was so funny, by the way. I was like... I was just kind of feeling down on myself. I was also in a lot of pain because I had the freaking kidney stone at the time. And I was like, oh my God, yeah. I wanted to like... Oh, nice to virtually see you again, she says. And then all of a sudden, this dude comes out of the crowd dressed as Luigi. He's like, hey, this is going to sound crazy, but I'm Jimmy Doom from your stream. And I was just like, what? Like my energy, like my pain went away. Like it was like the best painkiller I could have ever had. Because I was like, oh my God. And you're like, dude, I love you. And I was like, I love you. And I wasn't expecting to run into you. And
you gotta stick out. You're like 8'5" tall.
Yeah, that's one thing people don't realize from the stream is like, yeah, I'm 6.
Your couch is the big comfy couch. It has to be a 9-foot couch.
It is. It's like
it's you and yeah.
So I'm 6'4", and the couch is like a good. I can't stretch my one arm all the way out, but it's a good like 4 to 6 inches longer than my wingspan. So it's probably 7 feet long. This house is fucking huge. It's rad. The casting couch, as it's been called. Anyway, so you dabble in anime. You like some anime. Yeah, I know. I'm not going to show my feet.
I was on that couch.
Things have happened on this couch. You dabble in anime. You like some anime. I was still surprised. Yeah. As somebody who has watched any anime, I'm surprised that none of those have ever been a Studio Ghibli movie.
Never.
And it was like that night when you told me, I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. And I had this like divine responsibility. I was like, oh, well, you gotta. You leave my stream right now. You gotta watch all of them. And you were like, oh, I don't know, give me a couple to watch. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, oh my God, which 3 do I pick? I was talking about this with Josh.
I remember, yeah, were you playing, was it Final Fantasy you were playing when I hit you with that?
Yeah, I think it was...
Or Shenmue. Might have been Shenmue. Might have been the end of Shenmue.
Yeah. Yeah, because it was like...
Yeah,
20 minutes. I beat Shenmue in like 10 minutes because I only had very little of that game left, but then streamed for another like hour and a half because we were talking about anime and stuff and Ghibli specifically. Yeah. So I had said... You were like, give me 3, and I was like, okay. What's like the widest breadth of Ghibli... that's going to have all the DNA of it and really represent the most of what this series or this studio has to offer. And so I said, My Neighbor Totoro first. Get that kind of fun and whimsy out of the way. Not out of the way as in like, then move on to the good stuff. But like, it's a good, I think it sets the tone I think really well for a lot of the crossover because even the ones that are darker have a lot of the same whimsy as Totoro. And then I said Spirited Away because it's what I think is the best one. Not my favorite one, but I think it's the best. And it won an Oscar. So like, I feel like that's the one. Like I think if you had said pick one, I probably would have said Spirited Away. And then Princess Mononoke, which is even darker, much more violent. As I'm sure you saw in the first 5 seconds. And then also is my favorite Ghibli movie and my favorite movie of all time. So I'm so curious. You've popped into my streams a couple of times and been like, I watched the first one and like with no information. And I was like, did he like it? Did he hate it? Oh my God. I became this like incredibly insecure, like codependent partner. I was like, please tell me that you like them as if I had made them. I know. You're like, Jesus. So in however much or little detail as you want to go about, like, how did you find the first one? How did you like My Neighbor Totoro? What did you? And specifically, I had said the Fox dub. I cleared.
You gave me the cool. There, you got to tell people what you did with that. There was. How did you tell people what you did? Right? I know we're gonna like FCT. Will let you be.
Yeah. They'll come. That's just a red dot on my head. Well, actually, I think what I did was completely legal because it was just digitally backing up my actual copy. So there was no. No. That's for real. I would tell you if it wasn't. That's my childhood copy that I backed up. No, I take pride in this. It actually is.
I believe I'm just messing with you.
No, I know. So I took because there's two dubs of it. First of all, I did clear for anyone who's like, oh, you made him suffer through the dubs. First of all, those dubs are great. We'll see how if you agree or not. Second of all, my hot take, I hate that this is a hot take, but just like watch whatever one you like more. Like there are anime that I love the dub. I exclusively watch the dub. Cowboy Bebop, Full Metal Alchemist, even though it's fucking Vic Mignogna. There are some that I can only watch in sub, like Naruto and freaking One Piece. Whatever one floats your boat, man. Not to, One Piece boat. So I was like, okay, how do you feel? Where do you land on the sub versus dub? And you're like, I don't really have a preference. Cool. So watch My Neighbor Totoro, specifically the original dub, which is, I think 20th Century Fox did it before Disney got their grubby little mouse paws on everything. And it's really hard to find. So I digitized my own VHS copy, my childhood VHS copy, and I sent it to Jimmy. And complete with like the blue screen with the little play, like
it hits and it's like immediately like, man, I don't even. There's nothing I can say. Like it's just receiving that, like just set me back like to like I was like So I watched like there was like a YouTube channel of like 90s commercials, and I watched that all marketing, and I'm like, dude, it's like. Is there water on the knee? Operation. And I'm just like, at work.
A whole bucket, please.
Operation.
Yeah,
dude. Yeah. I'm watching motherfuckers getting crazy on Capri Sun. I'm like, dude, it didn't do that, but I thought it would have.
Yeah, turn it into the fucking Silver Surfer when they drink that shit.
Yeah, that shit was cool, man.
But I always think of the
a VHS copy was sick.
Yeah. I'm so glad that hit for you, because it is like, it is so. I mean, it came out in the late 80s, but I associate that with the 90s so much, like because it came out over here in I think 92 or 93, and it's so like it immediately just like sends me back to like, oh my god, I'm a childhood again. Like I have a couple of VHS tapes that I digitized, and some childhood like Disney sing-alongs and like just weird cartoons. I have this old McDonald's Farm cartoon that I got that's like a half hour long, unbranded, like it looks like a Looney Tunes, but it's not. It's like it's super weird. But yeah, it's like it's so cozy, that one, like Totoro specifically. Yep. Like it is like Boku no Natsuyasumi as a movie. Like so
that's the beetle fighting game you guys were playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so rad.
I'm not trying to reduce it, but that's basically what I got out of that game. Like, they just fight beetles and talk to grandma.
Yeah. Doing. Those are two of the things you can do for sure. You can go fishing. You can do nothing, which is like it's. Well, let me shut up. How did you experience My Neighbor Totoro, and by extension a Hayao Miyazaki / Studio Ghibli film for the first time?
I think that's the best one to start with.
Okay.
I think you nailed it. I think, for one, I've always seen the big Totoro character, and I knew it was anime by proxy. I knew enough of the nerdosphere to know like it wasn't anime. I had no idea it was this anime.
Yeah. You see that like, blue Studio Ghibli logo with like the Totoro drawing.
I love that. That aesthetic is, man. Yeah. That's such a nice aesthetic. I have to admit that opening, just blue screen like that. I like blue and white. I like that. That is but I wasn't prepared for the level of. Let me take it back one step. You did preface. Nothing happens. It's the vibe.
Yeah. Immaculate vibes. How you're describing Totoro is how I thought about Darth Vader before I actually sat down to watch Star Wars for the first time. Wait, what? What?
You just knew he was a Star Wars guy? I mean, no, that makes sense. All right,
all
right.
I see what you're saying now. I was like, how are we relating Totoro to Darth Vader? You mean you were aware of Darth Vader from like the nerd zeitgeist? Gotcha.
That's fair.
They are very similar characters too. They have a similar story arc.
Yeah, my neighbor Vader.
Yeah, my neighbor Anakin. I meant his image. Yeah, totally. I took me a second, but I was like, wait, how? What?
Okay, it took me a second too. I was like, you want to borrow this? You can say you could just say whatever you want if you use this.
Han, look, he's got a cutout of Josh's fucking face. I hear her laughing in the next room.
She must have missed the earlier bits.
Yeah, she was working earlier. Oh my god, I hope the mic picks that up. You have Josh's head. Well, so one of Jimmy's kinks is no. Besides feet, I should say. Oh my god.
But Totoro, you did preface that it's a vibe.
Yeah.
It's and I'm not prefacing this because I'm about to shit on it. I'm just prefacing this because you did let me know. Because the next two, it happens in the next two movies.
Oh yeah. And
Totoro,
even there is some plot in Totoro, but it's very low stakes.
Yeah. As it should be. It's very. I think if I saw that if I was a kid, what I'm going to do tonight is the best I can do it to not compare the three of them until afterwards.
Okay.
I'm going to take them, just here's this movie. I'm not going to compare it to the other two. Afterwards, I'll compare them and give you like a, brief, but like watch them, like I told you, I can kind of compartmentalize what I'm watching in the moment, subvert any expectations. This is what you want me to watch. You did give me the, hey, nothing fucking happens kind of vibe. It's the kids show, I like Adventure Time. You might like this one.
Yeah.
And I did like it. If I was a kid and I saw that, I think I would have like watched that tape until it broke, because it is just a cozy, like, and I won't say the animation for that was awesome. Like just watching that tree grow.
Oh,
and
yeah.
And it just goes on for like 15 seconds of just pure animation. I was like, this is really good. Like it's like 89 or 88 or something.
I think it was
like,
88 in
shit.
Japan. Yeah.
It is a cozy fucking movie. Yeah, it's a cozy movie.
Right.
It is I was like, oh man, dude, if I was a kid, this would be on like while I'm eating like Top Ramen, in between Top Ramen and Bob Barker, like it'd be Totoro. Like, mom, put the Totoro tape in, like run it.
Yep.
I wouldn't say that. I probably, I wouldn't tell my mom to run it.
Run it back.
Future me would tell younger me, mom, you gotta run that.
Yeah, run that shit,
but
bitch.
Totoro was fun as shit. Like nah, wait, she's a nice lady.
No, I know. No. Jesus.
I'm watching you.
No, I know.
I'm watching you.
I played too many competitive online games, mostly Halo, where people are like, "Oh, I'm gonna fuck your mom," and I'm usually just like, "Please do. Maybe she'll fucking chill out for once."
I've assumed everybody fucked my mom. I played Xbox in its heyday, and I assumed everybody been up in my mom's guts. Like I'm just like, good for her. You know what I mean? It's good for her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just.
I have so many stepdads around the internet. It's great.
Yeah, dude, like one of y'all got come on.
One of y'all's got to be proud of me. Yeah. Can one of you please tell me you're proud of me? Straight to jail. Sorry, derailed.
No, it was a dope movie though.
Nice.
It was. I will say like nothing happens to like the last 15 minutes of the whole movie.
Right.
And I going into that now, I mean it was like it kind of like I wouldn't say it ruined it for me, but I was like. I kept waiting for like something like there's not a lot of Totoro in a Totoro movie.
Right. Yeah.
And that was like my biggest like pet peeve. I was like, oh, he's like the forest spirit. Oh, my other pet peeve. His little like loud bark, that would have freaked me out as a kid. That was like I think that would have that might have fucked me up. Because when he just started like that bellowing like shriek.
His mouth just opens up.
It's an awful sound.
Each tooth is like the size of one of these coasters, just like ah.
Yeah, that sucked to listen to even as an adult. I was like, this is not a pleasant sound. This was. I don't know if they remastered that for like future DVDs, Blu-rays, or streaming, but that sound sucked. That's not a good sound to listen to.
Really?
Like
Oh wow, it got you.
Nah, that's like listen to people chew. That was right up in that. Right up in that. That was right up there with that one, but
I don't like that.
As a whole, I mean, it's the first one I watched of it, and I think that's a good one to like, again, not comparing to the others, but just to kind of like, all right, this is what I'm in for. Like the animation was so fucking crisp.
Yeah.
For, like something from the '80s, like, and I've seen '80s, like I've seen the Transformers.
Oh yeah.
From the '80s, I've seen Akira, which is early '80s.
88, I think. Was that one too.
I like a lot of. More, I think I've seen more anime one-off movies than I have seen like cartoon series like spreads. Like I've seen a lot more of like one-off or like OVAs. I've seen a lot more of the OVAs.
Yeah.
Like Like I watched Berserk, the OVA, and I was like, that's cool. That's all I need.
Yeah.
You know, or Hellsing Ultimate. You know, just keep it, just button it up a bit.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Okay.
But it was awesome. I think it was fun. Like I wouldn't probably never watch it again on purpose. But I would recommend it to anybody. I was like, you gotta check this out. Like you just gotta at least see it once.
Yeah.
And if it was on, I would probably sit and watch like a little bit of it, just just to kind of like just dial into like just the fun bewilderment, it's a really fucking good vibe. It's just there's no stakes. Like as you said, you know, there's no stakes. It's just, you know, they think she's lost. She's not really lost. And, you know, spoiler alert, they find her. You know, there was no bummer. I didn't anticipate there'd be any level of sadness coming at any point. I actually thought the mom was going to clap out and die.
Yeah.
I was waiting for that. I was like, I know they like that trope where like someone's in a hospital and like that they're gone. Like that's coming. Like it's we're getting a spirit character and like immediately.
Right. Yeah.
But,
if it was Disney movie, she would have been gone in the first like 5 minutes, you know?
Yeah.
And that's the whole driving motivation.
Yeah, Bambi's mom gets clapped out.
Oh yeah, Finding Nemo, done.
The Lion King.
Yep. Yeah. Damn. I heard somewhere that Miyazaki originally was going to have the sisters be two brothers, but I think his mom was sick with leukemia too, and he was like, I can't, it's too close to home. So he made
That's fair.
Two girls, and I was like, I get it, I get that. Which, I mean, he makes, as you've seen in the next two movies as well, he makes movies with incredible, nuanced, human, strong female characters.
So this is going to sound ignorant as shit, but is he Studio Ghibli? Like, is that all of this shit? That's all him? Like, that's all, like, he's like he's like the Disney of Studio Ghibli. So like how Disney movies weren't all Walt Disney, especially obviously after he died, but like he's probably the most, you probably at most associate Studio Ghibli with him because their best movies are ones that he's directed. Okay.
So, you know, he directed all three of these, Totoro, Spirited Away, Mononoke. And oftentimes like the ones that are held in the highest esteem, Castle in the Sky, Nausicaa, even that Lupin the Third movie, that was all him. So it was him, and then this other guy, Isao Takahata, who does the more like grounded. There's some Ghibli movies that are like very slice of life. I know Totoro was kind of slice of life, but like very slice of life, but not as much fantasy. And I think that's why Miyazaki's films tend to resonate more with me, just because I like the more fantastical elements of it. But yeah, he's like the guy. Like when you think Ghibli, it's usually synonymous with Miyazaki. Okay,
so yeah, I wasn't sure like the level of like if he's like Ghibli's like the big brand, and like he is the brand. Like I wasn't sure where that line started and stopped. You know what I mean? I've heard that name, you know, a lot.
Yeah. He's like, I guess you would say he's synonymous with the brand because his work is so good and so well loved, but it's not like he started it. Like,
is he like the Kojima of like PlayStation?
No, it's
like apparently everybody like I hate Kojima. That's another. I'm gonna do that.
Kojima hater, yeah, that's Josh all the way.
As a person, not as a person. I mean, he could be a nice guy.
Yeah.
But like, if PlayStation and Ghibli, then it's Miyazaki and the hell's his name?
Kojima.
I already forgot. Yeah, Kojima. Is that not a fair comparison?
Instead of PlayStation, I would say Konami. When he was at Konami,
right? Okay. Yeah.
Because it's like he didn't start the company, and they make other things, but their most well-known games are often ones that he's worked on. So like, yeah, Konami also has Castlevania. He didn't work on those, but like, you know, when you think Konami, usually what people think first is Metal Gear Solid. You know, so I think it's more in that way because it's Miyazaki and Isao Takahata started it. but with like a whole team of other people. But he's the face of the brand basically, just because he's the most well known and well loved, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I just wasn't sure where like that correlation, like because I know nothing really about Kojima as much as I know about Miyazaki, where it's on like is this a fair comparison? Like at least I know of the work.
Yeah.
I just don't, and I know like the regard that people stand for this person. I know when the stands are very stand like.
Yeah, for sure. And it's so funny because he seems Miyazaki in real life. He's like this curmudgeonly old man, but like
awesome.
And then he makes these movies that are like so wholesome and soft, and for the most part, obviously, we get into some violence as we go on. But that's like one of the ones he's most known for is Totoro, or like Kiki's Delivery Service. Like it's just a cute little witch finding her way in the world, and it's like, and then you see interviews with the guy, and he's like, "Oh my god, my fucking work is shit, and I should just be purged from the internet." And it's just like, whoa. He's like,
so I'll let you in on a secret. Josh was streaming the other night, and I was like, "Hey, I got time for a fourth movie. Give me one."
Oh,
and he's like, "Oh, you're gonna." So I watched Kiki's Delivery Service.
Oh, okay. That would have been my fourth one. If you had said five, I would have said Totoro, Kiki, Spirited Away, Nausicaa, Princess Mononoke. So
he was torn between, I think, Nausicaa. He might have said Nausicaa, or that might have been the stream you were on, but that was definitely on my, like, if I could squeeze in five, but I was able to squeeze in four. I watched Kiki today.
Okay.
So I forgot. It's not on my. I have notes for that too, but I just dawned on me to tell you that I snuck in a fourth one because Josh was like, "Hey," because I knew he had a different one than you. He had like the first two I think were the same. I think it was Totoro, Spirited Away. I think his third pick was different.
I think he said Kiki instead of Totoro.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. Yeah. I know what one of them differed of the three. I was like, "Hey, Josh, what was that one?" Yeah, I got time for this. He said, I was like, you're gonna be on the show? And I was like, yeah. Like, what's the topic? I was like, oh, we're talking Ghibli. He's like, oh, sick.
Yeah.
So I was like, what's the one you were talking about that if I could squeeze it in, but I had the three already done. So, but I did sneak in Kiki's Delivery Service as well. So
nice.
Just dawned on me that.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about that one at the end then. But yeah, going in, I guess, in the order of how you watch them.
In the order.
Do you want to move on to Spirited Away, or do you have any other thoughts about Totoro?
Final notes as a standalone by itself, not as like a collective of the movies as a whole. I definitely would say everybody should at least watch Totoro once. I think it's just I don't think there's anything like it. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
I think it's just I've never seen a movie where nothing fucking happens. That's still good.
And it's good. Yeah, it's enjoyable.
Yeah,
and you're like,
there's a lot of movies where nothing fucking happens, but
it's
still good. Like,
you're like, I didn't need anything else from that. That's what I wanted from this.
Cozy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching my coffee, and once I was done watching my coffee, I drank said coffee.
And then what happened?
Then while I was drinking said watched coffee, I started watching said anime movie recommended by my friend Andrew here.
Wow.
And it was good.
Nice. It was good.
I'd give it like a heavy C+, 3.5 out of 5, whatever floats your boat. But in a good way. Like, I don't think that's a weighted scale. I think it's like, it is what it is. That's a good number, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, you have a crazy minus. Y'all got to check out his Instagram. -10 to +10.
Yeah.
I ain't come here to do math. I'm a simple man. 0 to 5.
Yeah. 5 is so. 5 feels like so few steps to me, because I would deliberate between a 3 and a 4 for hours, or like a 2 and a 3. I'm like, I gotta at least have 10. Like. And then I was like, well, but what if it's so bad it's good? Because then you can't rank it low, because that means it's not good. So I was like, what if it comes back around and it's a U curve?
Oh, it's an impressive read. I think the one post, you got to scroll deep, or you might have to pin it. Is it pinned?
Where I explain the curve?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pinned for sure. Yeah.
Because, man, I was like, it's genius. It's fucking genius, but it's just
thank you.
The level of bandwidth I don't want to commit to. Yeah. It's so good though. Like it makes it scratches an itch that I appreciate as a list maker. Yeah. As a I'm in that, buddy. You are.
Oh, I know.
You're doing something that more people should do, that at least I can read to, but I would never. I would drive myself insane. I would just look at numbers. I'm like this. I'm over there just looking like, that Galifianakis and The Hangover with the numbers.
With like the. Yeah.
I'm just trying to talk about Totoro. Like,
Right.
I gotta. There's no way. No.
Yeah.
But
I hear you though
great
on that.
recommendation.
A 3 out of 5 is still, a solid. That's a 6 out of 10, I guess. And a lot of people are like, they think of it like grades where it's like 60%, so that means it sucked. It's like, no. If you think middle of the road, if you are on a 0 out of 10 scale, I also like 10 because 5 is a good middle point. Like, because then you're like 2.5 is like halfway through 0 out of 5. I don't know. But if you start at 5, like, that's just average. That's just like, it's fine. Like, it's still good. Like, it's not bad out of 5. It's just like, it's good. Everything above that is great. Everything below that is like not so great. So I'll take a 6 out of 10 for Totoro. I think 6.
So the way I kind of base it is like I use like the Letterbox, just kind of the app to keep track of movies I watch. Like sometimes I just like I watch a lot of movies and there's like out of 5 stars with half increments if as need be. And I'm like watching a lot of like I'm not going back and ranking movies I know I've seen. I'm just new movies I'm ranking just to kind of keep some sort of semblance of like just so I can watch shit. I just forget. I forget more things than I remember. I just do a lot of shit, so there's no way I can remember until I get like a catalyst for someone to remind me. Oh, I do know that thing. Oh, I did do that thing. Like I just don't save that bandwidth in my own memory. I'm like I wait for somebody to water that seed. And I'm like, oh yeah, by the way, I did do that. I know things. Like I can contribute to this conversation, but I don't store it in my own memory. I let you all figure it out, and then I bring it up later. But like a 3 out of 5 to me is like I would watch it again. Like it's like the 2.5 I wouldn't watch. 2.5 like you're just like you were good enough to be like, hey, great job making a movie. I'll pass on the next time I say it. 3 is like at the beginning stages of like whether intentional or unintentional, I definitely would watch it again or recommend it. So it's like that's how I'd like at least kind of do it because like I didn't want to rank anything on Letterboxd, but I was like then it became like the list maker.
Thank you. Can't drop the soap for the follow. Nice name, by the way. I was like, is this one of Jimmy's burners? What's up? Can't drop the soap. Welcome. We're talking Ghibli.
Shout out to my girl Soap. She's a Twitch streamer as well. You should check her out.
Oh, you know her?
She's really good at she's really good at video games.
Oh, sweet. Nice.
Yeah, she's really sick.
Nice. What are you playing right now, Soap? And also welcome. Thanks for hanging out with Jimmy and I as we talk Ghibli movies for the first time, which I still, we're like an hour into talking about this, and I still can't fathom that this is the first time you've watched a Miyazaki film.
Yeah, it's mildly embarrassing, especially when we get to the next one, which is Spirited Away, because of like the accolades. Yep, there's BMO. That's my girl BMO.
BMO. Oh, BMO.
But yeah, Spirited Away was the next one on the. I know you gave Josh the flight.
Yes.
What was it?
The fight or flight.
Fight or flight.
That was nuts. That was a long day. That was a really long day.
It was like unfortunately it was on the weekend, so I couldn't catch as much as it was until afterwards. I did go back and watch it on Twitch, but it's just funny, like especially with fighting games, that is such a polarizing genre.
Yeah.
Like, there's no like middle ground people that like I don't know anybody who's like, oh, I'm okay with them. It's either like you just got beat up by your older brother to where it's no longer fun.
Yeah,
you got beat up online and it's no longer fun. There's no in between of getting losses. It's either like someone ruined it for you as a kid or someone ruined it for you as an adult.
As an adult,
like, there's no.
It's gonna happen. You just have to. It's how well you can take losing. Really, it's like how well can you persevere through that. And Josh. So the fact that he had any enjoyment, I was like, I'll take this as a victory. He was like, afterwards, on stream and off, he was like, there he is. He was like, I actually had a lot of fun, and I can't even say that I don't like fighting games anymore.
Yeah.
I was like, that's awesome. That's all I really need.
Yeah, I think he would have too. Yeah, it's, I think you're good at. Again, this is like a testament to your skill set of putting lists together. Here's a smattering. Here's a little. I think I called it a smattering of joy when I asked you for it.
Yes.
Give me the smattering. Yeah. But Spirited Away is a like I said, I'm not going to compare the two, but I watched them. I watched one, and then I think the next day I watched Spirited Away.
Okay.
Spirited Away deserves all the accolades it's gotten.
Yeah.
I don't use what other Oscars. That doesn't mean anything to me. They won 40 Oscars for it. I was like, I don't give a shit. Like I've seen all kinds of movies that won awards. I'm like, it's a dog shit movie. It's just pandering, or it's whatever it may be. Spirited Away is a fantastic movie. Fantastic movie. Like
Yeah.
through and through. I didn't want to like glaze it too hard as I was taking notes, but I mean, you know, the good is amazing. Like the spirit ghosts, all the goofy little monsters walking around.
Yeah.
I was like, this is Adventure Time. This is
Yes.
I'm locking into the background characters doing fuck all nothing.
The weird little
you know,
ducks.
I'm like, what's that guy doing?
Yeah, like what's the duck things back there
everything.
doing?
Amazing. And then like the story as a whole is you know, it's on the nose, but not in like a. It's not necessarily like on the nose where we just put stuff to be on the nose to be like, hey, you know, Disney wants shares to go up. It's on the nose because it's actually a topic to be on the nose about. But here's also a good thing around it. Like it was, you know, full encompassing of like, we have a message. You don't have to lean into it. The story's good without it. It's still a cohesive A to B plot line for the most part. I got them do have some notes about that, but for the most part, it's an A to B plot line.
Yeah.
Just awesome. It was phenomenal. It was just, I've seen No Face a billion times.
Yeah.
No idea that's what he was from. I thought that was the guy from Death Note. I thought that was the dude. I thought that was. I think the amount of times I've seen that guy at a con and like have taken like or taken a picture for somebody who like wanted a picture of him. I was like, I've never seen Death Note, and then like I just think they just ignored me. I wasn't trying to be funny.
Yeah. They're probably like, what the hell?
I just assumed, you know, I did the math in my head. I was like, Death Note, never seen that. That must be the guy. That's the spooky guy from Death Note.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's an amazing movie. One thing I will notice, and especially since watching this, or this, you know, all these movies, it definitely like reaffirms my thoughts on how like Japanese storytelling differs from Western storytelling, where the plot is paper thin, but the character development is everything. It's the weight of those stories are carried by characters. Where like, you know, you're gonna tell me Metal Gear Solid has a great story? No, but we have really cool characters.
Yeah. And the world building, I think, especially in Ghibli and Metal Gear, the world building and the characters for sure shine. Like, oof.
The plot is non-existent, if not. I mean, it's existent. You still have to, things have to happen, but it's very much. Here's a character. Here's how they grow. Here's the whole. Everything's hinged on the character, not necessarily, or the environment, not necessarily like this overarching. Like, oh, we forgot to include X, where like a lot of like the Western things do, where it's like, aha. You know, it's different ahas. Where like in maybe like shonen, aha, I have another power level.
Yeah.
I can do one more thing.
Aha, I'm pushing beyond.
Yeah. Where it's like Western storytelling, like, oh, we didn't show you, but behind the scenes, like you watch any cop drama, where it's like they lead you and like they walk you down, like, oh, it's a mystery. We can figure this out together, and then all of a sudden, like you get introduced to a character, and like 20 out of the 26 minutes left, like, oh, that's the guy who did it, because like. Obviously, we got 6 minutes left. He has to be the plot device, and it's like, every time it is.
Yeah,
it's just lazy writing versus where like I just don't. It's fun. Like I think characters in the Japanese anime and video games is very much like character driven, environment driven. Whereas like Spirited Away, my only gripe with it, my biggest gripe with it is like, there's just a lot of characters in it that don't mean much. Like
a lot of the people in the bathhouse.
Yeah, they introduced a lot of people, like the whole, I was like, oh, this guy's going to be part of it. Because, like, they lean so heavy on how important a lot of the characters are, you know, with, like, the girl, and I forget the dragon's name, that, you know,
Haku.
Pretty much is the main plot. Yeah. And I was like, oh, this is sick. Like, these guys are really cool. He's the dragon. But then, like, they did that one thing I don't like, which I just mentioned about Westerns. Like, oh, she's that one dragon I saved when I was drowning that one time.
Yeah.
That's how I know you. And I was like, you ruined it. You fucking ruined it. That's what we do. You don't do that. That's what we do. We do dumb shit like this. That's the 6 minute left in the pilot episode of, you know, CSI, and he's the guy who did it. You know.
Okay, I can see where you're coming from. I don't know that I
had to look to find that, by the way. I mean, I had to like think of negative things to say, because Spirited Away is a 4.5 out of 5 to me. Like it is.
Oh wow. Okay.
It is so good. It deserves all that it gets. The whimsy's there. The witches was really cool dynamic. You know, their whole shtick, their whole dynamic. I thought the second witch was just as bad as the first witch, and she's not. And like the last 20 minutes of the movie are kind of like a drag. Like it just didn't need to happen. Like it was kind of like the plot was already resolved, and it's like we're gonna go spend 20 minutes and then just go and save the day. And then like I was like, oh, here comes more conflict. No, it's just a conversation, and then the movie's over. And I'm like, It was a very the climax of the movie should have been the ending of the movie versus the last 20 minutes where they have to like rearrange everything to kind of make it work. I don't know. It was just very the last 20 minutes I didn't think needed to be there in my opinion.
I wonder if it does feel like it resolves very early and then you're on like a much slower like descent. Like it cools off. Like you're like, oh, like as soon as she leaves the bathhouse and is on the train, you're like expecting credits to roll. And then there's still you look and you're like, oh, there's still like a half hour of this movie left. And then it's all very like chill from then on. And it's like
It's a very odd choice. I was waiting for something else to happen. I was like, oh shit, they're gonna confront the other witch and shit's about to go down. And she's like, oh, that's my new granny. She's type 2. And I was like, huh?
And she's like totally chill. She's like, oh yeah, we're just gonna cook and sew together and bake, and it's like, oh, okay. Like, oh, I kind of like that. Because we're expecting like third act final secret boss. Because that's how
I really was.
Yeah, that's how our media does it, and that's how it would have been if it was like an American cartoon. But I kind of like that. It's like, oh yeah, you know what? I like that you get a long time to see how far Chihiro has come. From the very beginning, where she's like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to move. This sucks. Everything sucks. My life's so hard. And then she goes to like, a fucking like spirit world, and her parents are turned into pigs and almost eaten. And it's like, she has to find that capability in herself. And then I like that we get to see that because she's so chill by the end. She's like, oh, okay, sick. Like in the beginning, she's like, I don't know what anything. I'm crying, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna. And then by the end, when she's on the train, the Kamaji's like, okay, go to Swamp Bottom. It's the 6th stop. She's like, 6th stop, got it. And you just see that confidence. So I like that they give it some time to.
That's what I mean. Like the character growth and like Japanese, you're like, you kind of like, fuck yeah, girl, you go do you, man. Like you got. Like in a good way, like not like when shonen shit, like I like shonen shit, by the way. Like I had to learn that term, what it meant, because I like I don't like all of them. Like but I know like it's like, oh, I got one more in me. Like plus ultra. Like I'm in it. Like at some points I'm in on it. At some points I'm not buying it. It just depends on like how we got to that point. I think matters.
Yeah, that's fair. It has to feel earned. Like I'm all for it. I love the shonen shit. Yeah. But if it doesn't feel earned, if it feels like came out of nowhere and for no reason, which kind of is like why I don't like Demon Slayer, hot take for me, it doesn't feel.
I don't like it either.
Okay, cool. Yes. Vindication.
The guy who doesn't barely likes anime didn't like Demon Slayer. Go fuck me.
Right.
It wasn't that good.
I know, and I love anime, so people. I think people will be more mad at me. But yeah, and I love talking about how capable she is. Like, and this is something that you'll see through more. If not all of the at least Miyazaki movies, if not most of the Ghibli movies in general, is how characters treat, and this is also a East versus West thing, but specifically I've noticed a lot. Actually, Polisa brought this up, so this is credits to her. The way they treat children in these movies is like nobody babies any children characters in this movie. They just are like, they talk to them like they're people. And they trust that they can be capable. And it's like, you just have to find it in yourself. You just have to do it. And like you said, the growth that she goes through is just immense. Maybe some of the most character growth that we see in any of these movies.
I would agree. Because, I mean, she goes from being so defeated to, like, scrub a floor tile to, like...
Right.
I'm going to go save the day. And, my main man's a dragon.
Right.
Like, she saves a water spirit. Like, even her just dealing with, like, the sludge monster in the bathtub.
Yeah.
Like, how she's in it. Like everybody else is like, oh, I don't know what the fuck to do. And she's all like, she's seen Fern Gully.
Yeah, yes. I fucking love Fern Gully. That's one I gotta watch again. Gravity Works. Yeah, that scene is great too because she's a stranger there. Like she doesn't know how stuff works. That's what she's putting all the tags in, trying to get all this like crazy water, and they're like, well, how are we gonna pay for all these herbs in the water? She's like, what the fuck? What? Who cares? Like you're here to do a service, and they're all like, oh no, stay away. She's just like, water, go, got it.
Yeah, and then the main witch is like, oh, it's so and so's coming. Like she knew that guy was coming, and then all of a sudden she's like, oh, whatever, that sucks. And then she really like, that's the part I didn't get. Like, she's like, oh, it has the whatever thing impaled in him. Then she realizes, oh, we have to save him. Like you knew he was coming as a sludge monster, so like, or sludge monster just dime a dozen, and the one little caveat was like he had that thing in him to realize he was like the Kami of the river. Like that was the one part I thought was kind of strange too. Was like you were all against this dude coming, and then you were like, oh, he's that one.
Yeah.
And then now we gotta go. And then she's in the deep, getting neck deep in shit.
Yeah, I think it's as we see. I know the sludge. Like I feel like when he shows up, you can smell him through the TV. Like you just like.
Yeah.
I'm always like I feel sick whenever I watch that. And then when Lynn has
Gross.
the 2 bowls of food and they just wither in her hands, like I find myself like holding my breath when I watch that. It's a freaking cartoon. Like it's not even like realistic depictions of hyper realistic stuff. I still am like watching this cartoon like ugh. But
Yeah,
I think
gross.
as we've seen in like, I'm not jumping ahead to Mononoke, but like spirits can transform into like other kinds of spirits, I think, in these worlds. So what I got was like there are stink spirits that start from different, like that are created in different ways or maybe always exist like that, because there's a couple of lines where they're like, oh, it's a stink spirit, so they're like, okay, these things are somewhat common, they don't like working with them.
Okay.
It's like bad customers. But then when he gets there and it's like, oh no, and I think Yubaba says that's no ordinary stink spirit, so I think she knew that something was wrong. So it's like,
okay, I might have missed that part that they all knew like a stink spirit versus the stink spirit. I think I might have, the was like, I think the pejorative that I got out of it, not necessarily what it actually was, because I was like now so like I think did I miss something, and like, but maybe that's the part I missed, because I was looking at that and I was like that's probably like the critical thing I have to say about it, like other than like the last 20 minutes being like mildly unnecessary. Amazing movie, like like I get it, like I was like, man, I missed out on that one, because I would have been sick as like whenever 40th 30th anniversry is coming up for that, I'll go see it in theaters, because I know they'll do it, because that's what they kind of do now. But
yeah, you don't even have to wait. They do every year. They do. I don't know if it's just a Regal thing, but I think it's actually all theaters. Fathom Events does this thing called Ghibli Fest every year, where it's like every month they show a different Ghibli movie in theaters, and it's like I try to go to at least a couple every year, because seeing those on the big screen is super sick, because like you can take a movie that you already like, and then for me anyway, I love watching movies in the theaters, so I'll take a movie that I already like, and then seeing it in the theater, I'm like, oh my god, I love this movie, and then taking ones you love, blowing it up and seeing it in the on the big silver screen, it's next level. It's just, I don't know. You and I are roughly the same age, so like that was the only thing you could do, was go to the theater. So I still love, everybody wants to stay home and watch it on streaming, and I get it, like in the comfort of your own home, but like I like the event of going to the movies and sitting there in the comfy chairs and watching the big screen. I don't know.
I mean, I'm definitely with you. I think it has to be worth my time now to go, because just not even like a price thing. It's just I think a lot of cinema has just phoned it in to the point where I'm like you're already in a rush to put it on streaming. Like you're already trying to get your money back for whatever it may be. Like I didn't even go see Grogu and Mandalorian Grogu in theaters, because like I'm like, I know they rushed to get this out. Like I'm not a big Mandalorian fan as a whole, but I like him, but I just was like, oh, you're making a movie of something that didn't need a movie. Just you could have made another season, or you could have stopped where you were. That was perfectly fine. It was you were good. I just think we constantly phone stuff in. We're like, but at the same time, like I said, I'm a hypocrite. I went and saw Scream 7 in theaters instead of like the Scream series.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I just, you know what I mean? Like I know my own hypocrisy. I know where I stand. I know. But I'm going to admit it. I just certain things they have to, check out. Like I'll go see the new Spider-Man in theaters. I'll go see the new Doomsday Marvel thing in theaters. Yeah. But I won't see anything in between them that has anything to do with them. Like I saw, the Thunderbolts. I saw a pirated copy of that.
Yeah. Ooh.
Just
get sniped. Oh. And that's going to be our show for tonight. Make sure to follow and subscribe, and we'll be back next time with someone who's alive.
So anyway, I watched a bunch of pirated stuff, and I downloaded it illegally.
Yeah. I mean, made a legal backup of things that I already own.
Yeah, I was eventually going to buy it. I pre-backed it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I abstained.
I abstain. I'm waiting till I'm waiting till marriage to pirate these movies. Nice. I'm super glad to hear. I'm not surprised at all that you enjoyed that one, because once you said Adventure Time, I was like, oh shit, he's gonna love Spirited Away, because it's just a bunch of weird little guys. It's the one with the most weird little guys.
1000%. Like I was like, I wanted more of it. Like I think that's another like a ding against it. It was like this could be like a whole like vibe, like the spirits being like the whole bathhouse alone could be a you know. Like whether you want to be cheeky with it or not, like it could be fun, you know, being a bathhouse. I know that's a trope of, you know, that genre, but like you couldn't be cheeky or not. And I'd still be like, all right, let me see what they're doing. Let me see what kind of monsters are showing up to this place. Like I'd be so interested in just the creative design of some of the monsters and just like, even like to subvert like the whole overarching like plot. The themes behind it were fantastic too.
Yeah.
Like again, not necessarily on the nose, but like you didn't have to look. You know, you could be an idiot and still figure out what the hell they're talking about. Like it was pretty obvious. Like,
sure,
you know, no face was very much like, I just want to be included. Here's a fuck ton of money.
Yeah,
I can buy all of you people. And I was like, there it is.
Yeah, because he sees that's what works. You know, he goes, he just wants to be included. Everyone's walking past him on the bridge, and then he sees them celebrate when somebody comes in with money, and he's like, oh, you want this? You want this money? Okay. So then he preys on that, and it's like, you know, it's. Like you said, it's a bit heavy-handed, but you know, it's greed and gluttony.
A good way. It was a good way though. Yeah. It was heavy-handed, but not necessarily in a like we're doing it to like, you know, change our profile picture on Twitter because we don't want you to be mad at us.
Right.
It was very much like an honest like, hey, this is how the world works. I don't agree with it. I thought he was going to be the main problem. I thought when he started doing his heavy-handedness with the gold and everything, I was like, oh, he's the problem. Like I thought the witch sucked, but I thought she was just kind of there to bind the story together. Like, I got you. Yeah. Your parents are swine, idiot. You know. But I thought he was gonna be the problem. I thought like they deal with him. I was like, where's this going? Like I was actually confused for a second. I was like, where the fuck's this movie going? Like there was a moment where I paused it because I had to go get lunch, and I was like, what the fuck are they doing? Like I was immediately like, I don't know what to expect now. And then like it kind of like smoothed out. It's just I happened to pause it at the moment when they were done with him, and it kept going. I was like, so they're just cool with this guy? Like
yeah. I like that too because and then if you notice, like he chills out once he spits out all the like poison, which was like because he takes on the traits of the people that he eats. So he eats more of these greedy ass people and he becomes more greedy and gluttonous, and then when he starts spitting them out he comes back to his normal self, which another really cool thing about Eastern versus Western portrayals of like spirits, because when we think spirits we think ghosts, which are almost always in our media malevolent of some kind, but these are just like another form of life. Like they're just another like there's a great anime called Mushishi, which is very similar, and it's like instead of like being weird quirky little creatures, they're these, it's almost as if like spirits are like bacteria in a way, and it's just like they just exist. Like they're not malevolent. Like there are some that will harm people, but that they're just living, and it's like I love that portrayal because it's not like I remember watching that movie when it first came out, you know, as like a 13-year-old and being like, oh my god, look at all these ghosts that are gonna try to kill her and eat her, it's gonna be so scary. And they're just like running stands and they're like, hey, you know, we gotta get to the bathhouse. Hey, I don't care if you Baba yells at us, we're not gonna spend all this money. And it's like, oh, they're taking smoke breaks outside and stuff, and you're like, oh, they're just like people. Like they're just, I mean, not to over dilute it by saying like, oh, they're just humans. Like they all have their own little intricacies or idiosyncrasies and culture. And I love when the boat comes in and you see like the masks float off the boat, and then you see the shadows of their cloaks before they like materialize around the mask. It's so cool. I want to know everything about all these little weird little silly little guys. It's just a bunch of silly little guys.
Silly little guys. Still little guys.
And they could. And if they were Disney, they would make, and it would probably be awesome and make a ton of money. They would make like a series that's like Yubaba's Bathhouse, a Spirited Away story. And it's a whole cartoon series about what goes on in the bathhouse. And it would be awesome. But Miyazaki is like, no, I will probably never make a sequel, because if I had made a sequel to Spirited Away, I never would have made Ponyo or whatever the next one was. And it also is
Does
like...
he have no sequels?
I don't think so. Actually, no. I can definitively say like there are no. There's barely even like I was surprised seeing the soot sprites show up again in Spirited Away after Totoro, like the little dust bunnies that they call them.
Yep.
I was like, oh, that's a cool little like these are these characters in this world, but even that was like there's no shared universe. There's two movies where it's like, and this is Isao Takahata, not Miyazaki, but there's Whisper of the Heart, that's like this girl, very slice of life, and she finds this antique store that has this little statue of a cat, like a humanoid cat, anthropomorphic, like in a suit and a top hat and cane, and he's this fancy little cat guy. And then there's another movie that is like the fantasy world that cat statue is based off of, and you see the cat in real life, and it's like, oh, okay, these things are tied together. But there's really, other than that, that's like even the most explicit as it gets as far as like sequels or things that are tied together. Like he's almost exclusively like, nope, this is this movie, this is this movie, this is this movie. And he's also like famously been like, I hate when people watch my movies all the time. I just, watch them once a year. It's like, what? Okay, you can't, tell people how often to experience your art. My sister
You're
watches
watching it too much. Stop.
You're watching my movies too much. I hate when you give me money. Well, he doesn't make any money, but like my sister almost every night watches Spirited Away because it helps her go to sleep. Like, sure. I was like, I don't know why it's Spirited Away and not Totoro, but okay. But still, like, he's like, no, it should only be meant to be watched once, and then once you forget about it, you can watch it again. And it's like, just let people watch your movies, man. But
in some ways, I kind of at least a modicum on the spectrum. They're not forgetting shit. Like,
yeah,
like you can get about it. Be like, so never. Like, I'm just locked in forever. With
So like at the one time,
like,
okay, well, I guess I better move on. Luckily, there's still 40 other movies you can watch.
That's true. But maybe that's what he meant. Just dull them out like sporadically. And
and once you get to the end, you can wrap around back again and start at the beginning.
Maybe that's when you forget. Maybe you just consume so much, like the bandwidth's pushed out old information. That's how I think my brain works. Where I just get new stuff constantly. Then the old stuff just requires that catalyst where I can be, oh yeah, I've seen Totoro. He's got an annoying ass fucking yell. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I do love that opening scene where he's at the bus stop, or not the opening scene, but when you first are introduced to him properly, he's standing at the bus stop with like the leaf umbrella, which is like that's an iconic scene. I'm sure you've seen that around the internet before.
Yep. Oh yeah.
And he likes the sound of the rain falling on the thing, and he's just like, whoa! And then it just like shakes all the rain off of all the trees, and it like almost like it's like dumping a bucket of water on the girl. And he's just like, again, with like, they just are. They're not inherently good, evil, malevolent. Like, they're just there. They're just doing their own thing, and they don't need to be known. That's another cool thing is like, at first when I watched it, Spirited Away, and a little bit of Totoro, I was like, but why? Like, why are these characters? What's their motivations and all their things? And that takes away, that would, if they explained that and like left you a little trail of fucking like Reese's Pieces, like your Elliot and E.T., to lead you there and be like, see, everything's laid out right here perfectly for you, and all the questions that you have are gonna be answered. Phone home. Like, that would be dumb, and it would take away from it. Like that's why I'm like, I love the Aliens franchise, but every single Alien movie that we get that explains a little bit more of the physiology of the alien, I'm like, stop! Because there's not going to be any mystery anymore. Like, and that was why the alien is so terrifying, because it was this unknowable horror. Like, these creatures are supposed to be weird, and you're not supposed to know anything about them. And I love that that's how they portray them in these movies. They just are. They just exist.
I mean, I love the Aliens franchise as well. But I'm kind of in accord with you, but I think the one thing I do like is like, they led with the fact that like it breeds with everything. Like that's why this one looks like this, that, and I'm like, all I need to know is that this thing fucks.
Yeah.
And then then you don't need to get into any more detail. Like,
Right.
It's just, I get it. It's unkillable due to progression and evolution. Like,
Yeah.
then they started getting into too many details with the architects and shit. Like, nah, you're fucking
goo.
ruining it. You're getting too much into the weeds with it. Just
Yeah.
it already worked. It already made sense. It worked before you even told me that this was going to be a universe. Like, Alien was cool. I think Aliens is my favorite.
Same.
I think Aliens is. I like sci-fi more than I like that kind of. But I was like, you guys are on, like, this is amazing. And then they started getting Prometheus and all these other shit. And I was like, they're fun in moments. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
They're in that category, probably like a 3 out of 5 for me, 2.5 out of 5. I'm like, I might not watch all of them again.
Yeah.
Like, some of them are just like so much in the weeds with the story, and they get away from the horror aspect, or they get in the weeds and they're not even like in like the sci-fi like Aliens was, where I'm like, pick a direction. Like, at least with like, if you're gonna leave me breadcrumbs, at least get me to somewhere. But like, don't just throw food on the floor and expect me to eat. You know?
Yeah. I like that. My thing, I should go back and say, I am always for another Aliens movie that doesn't, like, Alien Romulus was the perfect example. It's like the Andor of the Alien franchise. Like, you don't have to go and try to tie it to everything or explain one more new thing about the physiology of the alien or where they came from or whatever. Just tell a good story with these creatures in this universe. That's the same thing with Andor. That's why I think it worked so well, because there was nothing about the Skywalkers. There was no force. There was not a single lightsaber ignited. And it's like, I'm not saying you can't have those things to have a good Star Wars story, but focus on telling a good story first. Like Prometheus, and like you said, even Alien Covenant, like all this stuff. I think Michael Fassbender as David is one of the most interesting characters of the entire franchise. But you did like.
I think he carries it. I think he as an actor carries it though.
Totally.
I think he's very. Yeah, he's really good at. I mean, him as Magneto is awesome.
Oh my god, yeah, incredible.
He's really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna go off into another tangent, but yeah, I'm just
huge
like
penis.
What? Fassbender?
That was the tangent you were going with. Yeah, he has a huge penis. I heard.
Oh, okay, nice.
Thought that was the tangent. You were
Googling that. No, I'll pull it up here real quick. Wow, I heard Willem Dafoe does as well.
You see the Green Goblin have a big old hobnoblin.
Yeah. Get me Spider-Man and a Magnum condom.
And a hefty bag.
Get me one of the big ones that stretch.
Was a firefight.
It was a firefight. Dude, shout outs to Boondock Saints. That movie has not aged very well, but
no, but that was a lot of people's personalities that I went to school with.
Yo, yeah, I was pretty close to. I got roped in with a high school friend who was like, "Yo, as soon as we turn 18, we're gonna get the Aequitas Veritas tattoos."
Veritas.
Yeah, I was like, no.
Yeah.
And thank God I didn't, because that would have been so stupid.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Instead, I got something from Oddworld carved into my hand. Quite literally.
Hey, listen, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's
way
means
better.
More to me than freaking 2 Irish guys I think ever could.
Yeah, you're also not walking around drinking Slurm farting with your bald head. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't get personality. Like, it just meant something to you.
Yeah, yeah.
Or whatever. I know it's not Slurm, but I can't remember whatever the drink was called. That didn't they have like a soda like they tried to push in that series
For Boondock Saints?
No, for Oddworld. I'm sorry.
There was like a because one of them dealt with like a bottling company, Soulstorm Brewery. So I think they did put out. I think Munch's Odyssey, the special edition, I think came with like a can of soda. But I think there was like a T-shirt inside or something. That's so funny. What a wild pull. I haven't thought about that in a long time. And Oddworld is like one of my favorite series of all time.
Yeah, I never played them, but I was always fascinated by them. Like, I was like, these are just so entertaining. Like the character design, and I remember the graphics. Just gonna tangent here a little, but fucking amazing. Like, even for Xbox back in the day, I was like, even like the weird zoomed out angle, you still got like a lot to like look at. Like it was like if Rayman put effort into their games.
Yeah. Oh,
I like Rayman. I think Rayman's a fun. I think the Rayman Legends was sick. I think they're fun games, but I just think like Rayman had the money. I don't know who made Abe's and their whole franchise. I don't know who made their stuff. Microsoft, was it Microsoft maybe, or
So no, they were just a publisher. They've been fully indie the whole time. It's just their company, Oddworld Inhabitants.
it looks so good.
I know.
It was the art style that I'm more, I liked more. They had a dude in a wheelchair,
Yeah.
like my man Pelswick back in the day. There's like two people in wheelchairs. There's Pelswick and then the one dude from Abe.
That's
I was like, shit, that's the thing, man. Like, shout out to Pelswick.
I love it. Shout out to Pelswick and Munch. I love all the. It's very anti-capitalism, anti-consumerism, like a little heavy-handed on like the vegan stuff, especially in the first couple games, which ironically are my favorite ones. But like it's more so like maybe don't hunt animals to extinction to eat them, kind of thing.
Fair.
Because it's like the whole plot of the first one is like the character Abe works at a meat packing plant, and they are hunting all the local animals to extinction, and so then they come up with this idea to eat their employees, cut up and eat their employees instead, because they're all like a different race. So they're basically like slave labor, and they're like, okay, well now we're gonna eat you. So he has to like save them and get them out of the factory. And God, I love that game. But
you should stream that game. I want to watch you play it.
Nice. Oh, dude, I'll play that anytime.
Play that game.
Yeah.
That sounds so cool.
And all that to say, Spirited Away rules.
Yeah, fantastic movie. So now we're gonna get to your favorite one.
Yes.
I got a lot more notes on this one.
Okay.
I'm not gonna bury the lead. It's a great movie.
Okay.
So I don't want to leave you in suspense. Just to walk you down there, give you some breadcrumbs just for me to shit on your favorite movie.
And I hated it, and I never want to speak to you again.
And it sucked. Never gonna watch a cartoon again.
Yeah. Bye, Adventure Time.
Yeah. Well, no. Let's be real. I'm a hypocrite.
Let's not be hypocritical.
Yeah. Let's not be hypocrite about me being a hypocrite.
Yeah.
Princess Mononoke. I ain't gonna lie to you. 10 minutes in, I'm like, who's Princess Mononoke? Every name that came out of the thing, I was like, I'd look it up. I paused the movie. I was like, did I miss something? Because I thought I missed something earlier.
Yeah.
With the whole in Spirited Away. Like, did I just miss something? Like, am I just the whole? Is the spirit or the sludge monster? Did I just? You know, maybe I just missed out. I'm working. Let me just. But Princess Mononoke. Now that I've talked at least, Kiki's Delivery Service is an afterthought. We'll talk about that. At least the three that you gave me. This is the best of the three I've seen.
Oh, okay.
Like if Spirited Away is a 4.5, this is like a 4 and a 7.5.
Wow.
Like I'm giving it a fret. It is not even because like the violence. Like when the one guy gets his arm shut off like 10 minutes in.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, and then like 2 seconds later, dude gets his head popped off, and I was like, at first I thought it was like a metaphor or like cartoonish. I was like, no, that guy's dead.
Yeah.
Like just dead. Like I thought it like just because it was just so nonchalant, no blood spray. It was
right.
like gone.
Which
was like, oh,
somehow makes it more violent. It's just
it makes it way more violent. It's more like, oh, the stakes are real and nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, the
like,
casualness.
If it's like blood. Oh.
Yeah.
I love the plot that the dude's just fighting against time, and then I like that there's no real villain. Like, spoiler alert, I don't think there's definitely like an antagonist.
Yeah.
But it's also like you kind of get it. It's like the reason why I like Doctor Doom in like the Marvel series. Like you don't like he's a bad guy, but like you get it. Like you're like
right. Or Magneto.
Like, other than his Magneto's the best example. I have to better example because like you really get Magneto's point of view more than anything.
Sometimes a little too much, and you're like, was Magneto right? Was he? Is he? Am I?
Listen,
would
Xavier,
I be joining the Brotherhood if I was in this world?
Listen, Xavier, take a seat. I think Magneto's got this.
Yeah. Take a seat. Damn. Yeah. Another famous.
That's what I liked about this. It's a lot deeper. I don't know if that's why you like it the most. At least the three that you said your favorite movie, but it's got a lot more subtlety, a lot more nuance in it. I think it feels a little bit more Western in its design in terms of like the plot carries it. The characters aren't really that grandiose as the other movies. I think if I'm going to compare them now that I've talked about the three, like I don't think they have like a lot of quirks. I think the Wolf Girl is, the most eccentric or has like the most kind of going for her. Like that's not plot driven. Like she has like eccentricities about her. She has a style. She has a vibe. She has a love interest, if you want to call it that. At some point, she's the most dynamic, but as a whole, like the villain, the chick with the guns,
Yeah.
and I was like, this was the when I said like the East versus West storytelling, this one's the very much one where like the plot carries the whole movie versus the characters. I think the characters are great, they're fine, but comparison to like Totoro, the two sisters,
Yeah.
and all the characters that are Spirited Away, they all heavy lift that all the entertaining parts of the movie. Where I think this one is actually like the most cohesive story. It's really enjoyable front to back. A little long. I think there's a lot of like slow parts in it where it's like you maybe could have shaved off 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like a 2 hours 20 minutes or something.
Yeah, like
something. Which is
2:15.
impressive for its time.
Yeah.
For an old movie like that, they didn't really make long ass movies back then. So I'm curious how that kind of came about. If there was like a director's cut, which would be kind of sick to see if there's more to it.
Well, famously, I think this was the one where when it was going to be localized, I think Miramax, who was in charge of that, wanted to cut it down. And weirdly enough, it was I hate that I'm disappointed saying this person's name now, but Neil Gaiman, creator of Coraline and Sandman and stuff. A bunch of stuff has come out recently, allegations towards him, which fucking suck because it's like, damn it. But he had a big hand in saying like, no, don't keep that the way it is for its artistic integrity. And this is the one where famously Hayao Miyazaki mailed, I think, the head of Miramax at the time, a katana that was inscribed and said no cuts.
That's kind of sick.
Yeah. He was like, total power move, just like, nope. Do not touch this. This is and I'm glad because I feel like it would have been butchered, and maybe it was a little long. There's a couple of scenes where it's like the quiet goes on for I don't want to say too long, but goes on long. And I like the quiet moments, the respite from, because this is the most violent by far of any of them. Like there's not a more violent Ghibli movie out there somewhere. This is like the one. No other Ghibli movie has like gushing blood like this one. Like there's a little bit of blood, like Nausicaa has like a little bit of blood, but it's really
Dude, I was so sad with the whole boars. I was feeling for the boars the whole time.
Yeah, I know, and I think
they're getting bombs dropped on them, and I was like, oh man, dude.
Yeah,
I was like, and the wolves and the chick were like, oh man, they're so stupid, they're just gonna go die. And I was like, damn it, I know what this is. This is like fucking storming the beaches of Normandy nonsense, and I'm gonna go watch some dude carrying his own guts across the beach, be like, where's my arm?
Basically,
fucking Jesus. Yeah, that's a very short scene of thing like the boars die, and I was like, this sucks. I'm so bummed.
I know, and I love that she says, they might even know it's a trap, and they're going anyway. Like,
that's what she says. Yep. And like the main wolf spirit is like, all right, go. That's my daughter. That's why she's my daughter. She's got conviction.
Yeah.
I won't agree or not. That's my daughter. And I was like, all right. So like there's just so many people to root for in that movie.
Yeah.
Where like it ends and you're just like, it's a very weird ending to any movie without anybody being like the clear victor. Like, the wolves didn't. I mean, the boars didn't win. I would say that's probably the only real like we lost.
Yeah, I think in this one it's more of like the conflict is more of like humanity versus nature. So it's like there isn't like, and that's what I love about this movie. It's not like the good guys got to fight the bad guys, because like you understand Lady Eboshi's where she's coming from. She's like, I got to protect my people. I got these people out of brothels and the people who are dying, like these lepers, that I'm giving them a life now, and you think I'm not gonna protect them when all these things are here trying to like kill us just for being here? And it is kind of like, well, that's kind of a colonial mindset of like, hey, we're here first, but I understand you're here now. So that's why Ashitaka's so like, can you guys like work together? And I love that he's not like, I'm gonna help the forest fight the people off, and he's also like, I'm gonna help the people kill all the spirits. He's like, I love the part at the end when he's like, he's rushing through and he's trying to find Lady Eboshi to stop her from killing the forest spirit, and she's like, well, whose side are you on? And he's like, nobody's. I want you to live in peace, you dumb motherfuckers. Like, you just fucking kiss already. Like, there's a way to do it. Like, smashing his dolls together. Like, and I love that. Like, granted, whoa, hey, your wife just comes in. I knew it. But like, so I think it's more like all the characters are part of the greater conflict, which is like the sides are humanity versus nature, industry versus the earth, basically. And so at the end, when you're like, oh my god, I kind of saw everyone's point of view, and it ends with, oh, maybe we can live together. You know, like,
Yeah.
all we had to do was, well, really, what, like, if you could say there was any, like, villain, it was, like, greed. You know, like,
Oh yeah.
Jigo with the whole head thing, he's like, I'm about to be super rich, and it's like, you are accentuating the struggle. Like, this is only happening because you want this mountain of gold that the emperor supposedly, you know, offer you. And then Lady Boshi gets caught up in that a little bit, trying to help him do this. And it's like, this was unnecessary. This, and now, well, spoiler alert. Well, what happens to the forest spirit happens to the forest spirit. And then he kind of disperses. And then I love the line at the end when San is like, well, shit, what do we do now? And Ashitaka's like, well, I'll help you build Iron Man. I'll help you build Iron Man. And then the helmet comes down.
Restart.
Ashitaka.
Tony Stark as Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Princess Mononoke 2.
He says, I'll help you rebuild Irontown, and but then I'll come visit you. And he shows that, like, you can live in both worlds. Like, you don't have to pick a side. And
yeah, that's what I liked, is like they don't ride off into sunset together, as they're kind of like alluding to. She's like, hey, I'm gonna go my way. He's like, hey, I'll be right here if you need me. I'll see you when I see you. But you know, I think there's definitely also a cool comment. You know, I think this one has like the most depth, at least of the three you showed. I mean, they're all great. You know, I'm glad I actually liked them, and you know, come here and just a poo thing, and just be, you know, Dark Souls it up.
It would have been valid though. Like if you, because I know you would have, you know, valid reasons, and I'd be just as curious to know why somebody doesn't like these movies, as long as you're not like, well, I didn't like it, so it's bad, you know, or it sucks.
I will say, of the three, since I've talked about the three, and I'll talk about Kiki just in brief after this, but of the three, it has the worst dub, I think, of the three.
Okay.
I think just some of the voice, like John DiMaggio is so blatantly in it, where it's like, obviously I know he's in it, and then Keith David's in it. Like, I think there's just it's so, like, there's so many recognizable names, maybe because now, like, I'm deep into like animation as a whole or movies as a whole. Like, some of the voices don't necessarily match, but maybe back then there was no precedence of, like, you know, I'm not into the whole like, let's just get actors to voice shit. That's not really into that. Some of them works, most of them don't. It's Phil Lamar or bust, in my opinion. Like, ask Phil Lamar, if he doesn't want to do it, then you can cast somebody else.
Okay. Have be everybody.
Yeah. Because Kevin Conroy's dead, and that was the GOAT. So now Phil Lamar's number 2.
Yeah.
So,
that's fair. Honestly, that's fair.
But it's just the voice. A lot of the voices didn't quite match in terms of the dub, and so I watched the sub a little bit, and it just didn't. It didn't add or take anything away from it. It just didn't change anything.
Yeah.
But I will say, of the three, that the dub was probably the. But it didn't ruin it for me. It's just, like, again, a critical thought that I'm like, I got nothing bad to say. Let me find some things to say. Like, it was just, let me find some. Like, it's the most. Like, I definitely think it's the movie that can be talked about ad nauseum because of the depth behind it.
Yeah.
The ambiguity behind, what does this mean? What does that mean? Like, there's so much to unpack, and how you want to see it, how you want to unpack it is like, all right, well, greed's the enemy, but it's also like, hey, we're so rooted in our old ways that they could be the good or the bad guy. Like, it's not keeping up with the times can be seen both ways, and like, I think for as movies, how old as that is, leaning into that is very impressive because of how gestures broadly. People are stuck in old ways, where like back then where it's like you kind of understood when people are stuck in their old ways because culture meant something more. It was more of it had a little bit more value to understand it as a, you know, commodity. But I was like, even back then they're like, the boars and the wolves couldn't be wrong, despite them being portrayed as like more of the protagonists. But like, so the humans are all supposed to just die and starve? Like, it's just one of those things where it's like kind of, there's a lot of nuance to it. It's like I said, you know, you said it's your favorite movie, and you know, it's definitely the best of the three. Like I said, I can't give it a 5 out of 5. I don't think I've given anything a 5 out of 5.
Same.
But, you know, it's one of them. but it's one of the things where I was like, "This damn fucking perfect." Like it's a fucking awesome move. That's one I would watch. I'll probably watch it again sometime this year. Maybe not, on my rotation of like good movies to watch when I want to just see some shit.
Yeah. Don't tell Miyazaki.
That it's fucking good, man.
I'm so glad.
Right, yeah. You watch the movie a second time, it's like it just drains him like the Amish taking pictures of him. Like,
no, my soul. I'm so glad you liked it. Yeah. So it's so funny that I don't know if you heard when I was telling Josh this the other week, but when I first saw that movie, I'm gonna date myself again. I rented it from the library on VHS, and I was like 13, like maybe a little too young considering how violent it was, but still like peak age for this to become my personality. I've never done this for another movie since, like before or since. I watched that movie. I sat alone with some popcorn in my room on my little ass TV. I sat on the floor in my beanbag chair with some popcorn and orange juice for some reason. I don't know why, but I always liked that combination. Popcorn and orange juice. I don't know. Sat and I watched the whole movie, and I stopped it, rewound it, and I watched it again. Like just immediately. Miyazaki would be so mad. But I was like, this changes everything. This changes how movies could be. Like it's like when I played Nier for the first time. I was like, this changes what video games as a medium can be. I was like, holy shit. I sat there for 6 hours and well, it's not quite 3 hours long, 4.5 hours, and I just like, it blew my mind, and I was like, I'm gonna never shut up about this movie for the rest of my life. I just have to tell everyone about it.
It's good.
Yeah.
No, you're doing a good work for people who, like myself, have just omitted that portion of like cinema or movies. Just call them fucking movies. I'm not in the whole cinema terminology. It's a fucking movie. Calm down. But whatever you want to call it, there's definitely people who should see that one. If I had to pick 3 for people to watch, just watch that one. Watch that if you like that. Everything else is bad. Like it's good in different reasons, but like if you like that, then you might not like Totoro because it's a little bit not your speed. But like if you just start with Princess Mononoke, like it's, I mean, I don't think it gets better from there, but at least you kind of get the whole like hey, we can tell a good story that's deep, but it's also like cartoons, the animation style. Whether or not I agree with the dub choice of the early 90s, whatever, it's fine, but it's still good. It's like I said, but that's a fantastic. Like I don't have a lot of notes. Looking at my notes, I don't really have a lot of. There's nothing really there. It was just near flawless movie. Wow. As a whole, your smattering of Ghibli is probably what everybody like. This would be the trilogy you would get at Walmart when they had like those bins where you'd get like Adam Sandler's top 3 movies.
Oh
like,
my god!
But with quality,
Yeah.
Like because you get like Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, and then they slip in like Mr. Deeds. You're like,
hey, I like Mr. Deeds, but you're right. Compared to the two,
it's not. But this is definitely you are a bartender or a craftsman of entertainment. Like you have a niche. You have used your list making for good. It's not Schindler's List.
Right.
It's the complete opposite of that. It's not like the naughty nice list because that has naughty people on it who get coal and that. But like there's somewhere where Andrew and the Experience Point lie where he just makes you a list and it's a peak. It's peak. This is not to gas you up a bit, but it is.
No.
That
means a lot to me.
prepared to hate on it. Like I hate on if any of my friends are in chat, they know. I'm gonna tell like it is every fucking time. Like I'll be polite to you. It's our first time kind of having a thing. I'm gonna be entertaining, but I will be honest. If I think something fucking sucks, it fucking sucks.
Yeah.
But nah, like I said, it was just everything. Of course, was fantastic. Quick notes on Kiki's, just to touch on Kiki's. I did sneak in a 4th movie.
Well, awesome thank you for saying that, by the way. It's that means a lot to me. Man. I try to, in general, live with a lot of intention, especially when somebody's like, hey, can you curate something for me? I'm like, you said my favorite word. And I'm like, okay, so I think you specifically would like this, and this. I think anybody could watch those 3 movies and get like the Ghibli experience. But like I said, knowing, what I know about you from the experiences of interacting with you in the chat and one time in real life, I was like, yeah, okay, we're gonna do a little flight here. So and it's so funny that you watched Kiki because that would have been, like I said, if you had expanded them out, like the 2 slots in between would have been Kiki and Nausicaa. So if you're gonna watch another one, I would definitely recommend Nausicaa as the step in between.
I'll write it down. I'll definitely. So like, yeah, obviously, you know, I had no intention of doing this show with you. Glad to be here. Appreciate it. I'll do it anytime you want. You know, I just did it because I was going to just blow you up on Discord, like, hey,
yeah,
here's what I thought of your recommendations, and that's why I was taking notes, because I was like, hey, you know, just you put the effort into just giving me things, might as well just give you feedback. Just to, hey, here's some stuff back. Like, hey, thank you. You know, I was prepared to. I think it would have been less critical via text than I would verbally, because it's obviously, you know, inflection kind of matters a little bit. Like,
sure.
Gotta put, you know, as a millennial, I got to put haha or lol at the end of every fucking thing, so you know I'm not
exclamation points. I'm an exclamation point guy for sure, and a haha and a lot of haha.
Yeah, a lot of ha-has and some LOLs thrown in there just to soften the blow.
Yeah,
but,
don't use a hard period too often, or else it'll sound like
no, I don't even use punctuation unless it's an exclamation point. Yeah, you can't just put a period on some stuff. Like, you insane? I have a wife.
Right, that's like saying we need to talk. It's like,
wow,
whoa,
you out of your mind.
Yeah, right.
And I will say, like, again, just to, not to gas you up more, like, you don't really know me. Like, I'm the man behind the curtain, just, you know, enjoying your streams, typing stuff. Like, with you and Josh, like, you kind of have like a rapport with him enough to know about what Josh might like when you put together your fighting list. Yeah. You're like, hey, I know you don't like this. I know your energy. You know, I'm down. Like, you don't know shit about me. You're like, oh, fuck it. Here's some. I mean, granted, there's the big three that I think most people have seen at least, but like, you intentionally. I watched you do the math. I was watching you do the math of the moves you're trying to, you know, offer up to me. And
I know I sat here just like a crazy wizard, like opening ancient scrolls and tomes, and I'm like, okay, so he likes Star Wars, he likes Adventure Time, he likes Luigi. That's about all I know about him. I mean, I know he doesn't like Dark Souls and he doesn't like Kojima. But yeah, I mean,
35 movies that you had a list of, and you know, I watched the cogs turn. You know, you had a little bit of free time after Shenmue took 10 minutes, and
yeah, for the next hour and a half, I was like, all right, let's cook. Put my apron on.
I was like, oh, let me just throw it in chat. Like, hey, man, you're talking about this, and keep the chat rolling. I mean, if you call it quits, go to bed. I'll go to bed too. But you know, I was. But Kiki's is good. I think Kiki's shares a lot of whimsy that I think I like from Spirited Away.
Yeah,
I like the magical, monstery kind of like whimsy. I think I liked it. You know, if I had to rank them, I'd probably put like Mononoke, Spirited Away, Kiki's, and then Totoro.
Okay.
If I had to compare them, like all standalone, I think Kiki's is fun as shit too. I think it's in that 3.5 to 4 star kind of 4 to 5 for me. There's not a lot going on in Kiki's, unfortunately. I think with Totoro, it definitely has that vibe of it's a cute, fun vibe feel. Kiki's has a lot of like the elements of Spirited Away, but that don't really lead to a whole lot. It's just, you know, homegirls just doing chores, and and I was like, just trying to reduce it to what it is. But I wanted to see a lot more of the magic side. It kind of seemed like magic's a big thing in that universe, and then not enough of it for my my taste. Like I don't really like Lord of the Rings. It's in a magical universe where magic is only by like 4 guys got magic in the whole universe. Like, it's like it doesn't sit in my genre of fantasy. I like Dungeons and Dragons style fantasy where everybody's a wizard. Your grandma's got magic. Your aunt's got magic. She, I like that. And
you're like, why are the wizards in Lord of the Rings the billionaires of this universe? Like, why do they have the magic?
That's what, dude. It's like 2 dudes just fighting on top of, like, they're fighting the Ivory Tower. Just 2 rich guys, just old white dudes, just being like, I'm right. No, I'm right. We're both really rich. If we just shoot all of them, I just, but I like my fantasy. High fantasy is either like be super low fantasy, like Conan the Barbarian, where like one guy in the whole universe has magic. And then like he's the guy, and he's the villain because he has that magic, and you got to go beat his ass. Or just give me everybody's got spells and witches. Like Harry Potter is way better than Lord of the Rings, man. I don't even like Harry Potter. Like I think the universe of Harry Potter is more fantastical and something to grab onto, despite homegirls shittiness that who wrote it. But as a medium, as the universe itself. Before we all find out she sucked it, I don't really like Harry Potter. It's not my shtick, but I like it as a universe more than I like the Lord of the Rings universe, and that comes from somebody who plays Dungeons and Dragons, where it's like, some dorks in uniforms are just. One guy's the main character. Just shoot the kid. You have guns. Like, just shoot him. Like, quit farting around with spells. It didn't work the first time when he was a toddler.
Pull out the blicky. Literally.
Yeah, just blah, blah, blah.
Those exist in this universe, right?
That's what I mean. Like, you're gonna tell me it's not some like gun mage, like Trigun? Like, that's what I like. That's an old one. Trigun's cool. My man's a plant.
Shout out to Vash the Stampede.
That's what I like. I didn't think I was gonna like that one of the anime I hated on of the Cowboy Bebop era, but Trigun was cool. Outlaw Star I didn't like either, so just the whole Toonami lineup. Yeah. That's probably the worst of them.
Outlaw Star, I think, is a cool, if you like Cowboy Bebop and Trigun and you want something that's the perfect intersection between the two.
Maybe, yeah, I could see that.
But I also think it's not better than the sum of its parts. Like, I think there are things that it does well and that I like, and there's a couple of characters that I think are pretty cool, but overall I found it a little forgettable. Trigun and Bebop are up there for me. Obviously Bebop's my number one. Have you tried Samurai Champloo?
I did not like that one.
Okay. I was like, yeah.
That one I didn't even finish.
Wow.
That one I couldn't even get through that one.
Damn, I love that one. That's a bummer.
Yeah. But yeah, Kiki's was great. I think it's just one of those ones where I think after seeing Totoro, where like the plot's not really the main driving force, I think I got the same vibe from Kiki, just better animation. It just didn't really like do much. Like better animation, meaning like more updated, I should say. Maybe not better, but like crisper, like modernized. I don't know when that came out, but it was definitely more recent than Totoro.
Yeah, I think it was a few years after Totoro.
Shout out to Josh. That was his one that he gave me, the fourth one. I know you said that was your fourth as well, but that was a good one. It's good. I think I will, over the course of time, probably start asking you for some more, like, more just, hey, give me another 3 here and there. We don't have to do it as a show, but I'll come back and we'll follow this journey together if you want. But if not, I'll still give you my feedback of what I think. They're good. Like, I don't know. I'd be curious to see a Rotten Tomatoes ranking. I don't hold Rotten Tomatoes any regard for ranking anything I care about.
Yeah.
But I do like a general consensus because it's a list, and I wanted the other like lists. Yep. I'd like to see like a list of all of those that you're 35 and how they fell on Rotten Tomatoes. And I think I'd probably start at the worst one and then go up. I think that would be fun for me.
Okay.
To kind of see like what's considered like, the black sheep, or the one that's like, well, we tried something different and it didn't work. And, different in. So I don't think they can make a bad movie. I think the only thing they could do bad or poorly would be try something so different that it's not what people expect, and that would give it a bad review in that regard.
Yeah.
Because I think if the guy's not making sequels, he's obviously not in it for the money or the cash or the the merchandising or the scheming, as you will, where that drives you to make like a new Jurassic Park trilogy that's trash.
Yeah.
Like, how do you ruin dinosaurs? Like, it.
I know.
I
was just having this.
Dinosaurs not fun.
I was just having this
formula. It's dinosaurs.
That's it. That's all. You can't. I want to say you can't mess it up, but you can. You clearly can. It was the same thing with Assassin's Creed. Like, Police, it was just like the Black Flag remake came out, and I was like, oh man, this looks cool. She's like, oh, do you like Assassin's Creed? And I was like, oh, I don't know. I was like, there are some that are like some of the best games of all time, and then most of them are just like, they put one out every year just because, and it's just like, it's copied and pasted from the last game. It's not interesting. And so I was like, you know what it's like? And to put it in a capsule that I know that you'll get immediately, it's the same as Kingdom Hearts. In that the numbered ones are good, and then just forget about the rest. That's basically
I had a deep conversation about this the other day, where Kingdom Hearts, like, that's one of those ones where the characters and like the story are like so different from each other, where I was like, oh, you got the great.
Ooh. He's gone. Hold the phone. We'll be right back. And we're back after a short technical issue. Future me, remember to edit that out of the YouTube video. Thanks. No problem, future me. All right. Anyway, yeah, that was weird. You just like.
I was talking about how soybeans could be reusable alternative to fuel, and then the government turned off my internet.
Oh, I knew it. Typical.
Yeah, the number of games of Kingdom Hearts, like I think, again, Sora and like Goofy, like obviously Goofy's already established, but like
Yeah.
Gold, Max.
Yo, Goofy movie. Shout out to the Goofy movie.
So, shout out to Powerline.
Oh, if we listen to each other's heart. So
Come
good.
on now.
That may be like
Everybody
the
go.
best Disney song of all time.
It's it has to be my favorite. I can't think of a better one. Like, I mean, I do like, maybe like, if you count like Nightmare Before Christmas as Disney, I'd
Yeah.
probably say maybe like, they got some bangers in there.
Technically, yeah. And of course, you have to have
Like-
the classics like Beauty and the Beast. Has got to be up there.
Ooh, and Muppets Christmas Carol kind of goes pretty hard too.
Oh, yo, I love Muppets Christmas Carol. When a cold wind blows, it chills you to the bone. Oh, wait, you're doing Marley and Marley?
Yeah, I was doing Marley and Marley. I like Waldorf and Statler are my favorite Muppets.
Same, they're so good. I love them, and I love, do you know Lou Zealand? He's like a D-list Muppet that no one knows, and I love him because he has one shtick and one shtick only, and he's just a pun because his name's Lou Zealand, and his whole thing is he has these boomerang fish that he throws a fish and it comes back.
Oh, I never knew his name.
Yeah, I throw the fish away and it comes back to me. It's that guy.
I do. Yeah, I didn't know it. His name's. That's cool. Didn't know that.
Yeah, actually, I think overall,
like-
Gonzo's probably my favorite.
Yeah, that's a good one.
If I had to pick a number one, yeah, but for the bit,
I like Pepe.
Pepe's
up
funny.
there, though.
Yeah.
Pepe and Sweetums. I love Sweetums.
Oh yeah, hey you guys, I love you guys. I know he's always.
His whole body has to move.
Oh, I know.
They paid for that puppet. They're using it.
Yeah, seriously. So
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts to bring it back.
bring it back to the first neurodivergence that we went on.
To bring it back to Todoroki from
Yeah.
My Hero,
My Hero.
Academia.
God, what a good show.
Planting seeds of more tangent.
Yeah. That'll come back.
No, yeah, I agree with you. Kingdom Hearts, the number ones are the better of the games. And then once you start to get, there's like, oh, we're just gonna keep cashing in. Like everybody loves Goofy, everybody loves Mickey, everybody loves Final Fantasy, and I'm like, not really.
Until
not when you do it poorly.
And yeah, like by forgetting that we said at the beginning this was going to be Disney cross Final Fantasy, because the Final Fantasy characters show up less and less as the timeline goes on.
Yeah.
And then it's like you're using less and less Disney. Like, why do we have to go to Agrabah every single level or every single game? We've done this level so many times. Oh, because you want to save money. Cool. Why don't we have a Treasure Planet level? Why don't we have an Atlantis level? Why don't we have a
I didn't
fucking
even think of that.
Princess and the Frog level when the literal antagonist literally fights with shadows?
That's a really good one. I didn't even think of that.
It writes itself. Like,
Was Princess and the Frog out when those games are out? Maybe like 2 or 3, maybe.
yeah, I mean, they could have done Princess and the Frog for 3. Because that came out in like Princess and the Frog came out in I think 2010, and
Yeah, it was after I got out of high school.
Kingdom Hearts 3 came out in I think 2017. So like they had plenty of time. They had enough time.
yeah.
That was also around the time that the Marvel and Star Wars purchase happened at Disney. They had enough time to put
right.
Marvel and Star Wars worlds into Kingdom Hearts. And if they don't do that in 4, they're stupider than we think.
I mean, you can't have Thor getting choked out by Vader. Like the power level is different.
I
You little shit.
I think you can. But imagine how sick a Keyblade lightsaber would be.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the aesthetics are there, but the practicality is like the Star Wars universe. Even just the canon movies, dog washes all of Disney.
I mean, yeah.
It's just-
Vader himself could solo pretty much the whole universe.
Even like the 10 seconds we get of Grievous would bum Goofy out.
Yeah, right.
What the fuck? He's got 4?
He's got 4, and then it just chops through his little shield and his entire body.
Donald, heal me. No.
I'm sure you're in half. Which half do I heal? I think they would probably have to do some kind of, I mean, obviously they would have to make it less violent. So I'm sure they could do some kind of thing where, Vader comes at Sora with his lightsaber and chops at him and he just hurts him and he's like, ow. And Vader's like looking at it and they're like, oh, the power of the world's emerging or whatever made your technology weaker. Or like they would,
or they just lean the other way, and you just get a pod racing level, and you get young Annie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that way they could just be like, look, the top dog's not here right now.
Yeah.
You know,
we know.
We're just gonna do a racing level, and you just gotta fight. Annie, my boy.
Right. Only money.
Oh, Annie, my boy. Yeah, I mean,
Firaga doesn't work on me. Only money. And by money, I mean MUNNY.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I mean, not yet.
I want to see it.
You should write for them.
I should. Hey, Disney, Square Enix, hire me. I'll make it good. I'll make it make sense, which is more than you could say.
Yeah. That's the problem. The less and less fans are writing the things that we love the most. So.
Yeah. I think the one exception to the only the numbered ones are good is Birth by Sleep, because that's actually my favorite one, and I think it's only as good as it is because it doesn't follow Sora, Riku, and Kairi, who are like.
I never played that. I don't even.
Oh, okay. So it's like, did you play 3?
Yeah, I played 1, 2, and 3.
Okay, so
I didn't finish 3. 1 and 2 I played entirely, and 3 I emulated and played most of that one. I was like, eh.
Okay, so Terra, Aqua, and Ventus from 3, blue-haired girl, short guy who looks like Roxas, and then tall guy.
Yep.
Birth by Sleep is their game, and it's a prequel, and it follows their story, and it's super interesting. Like, storyline wise, I think it's my favorite of all of them.
Is that one of the PSP ones?
That's a PSP one, yeah, which is why most people didn't play it, because a lot of people didn't have that. But it's on all the collections now, so you can play it on PC or PS4 or 5 or whatever. It's good, and I also I think it's just because I care more about those characters. Like, I like Sora enough. Like, he's fine. Like, I do like a sunshine, like, head empty protagonist who's just all about my friends. I like that, but it's been like 17 games of that. I feel like he hasn't really grown that much. We see a lot of development. Riku has more character development than Sora does. Kairi may as well not exist. Like,
Riku's kind of sick. Huh?
They did her so dirty. They're like, oh, and she's also here. And with the Sora, no, Ventus, Terra, and Aqua, I think they have a lot more agency, a lot more dynamic. I like their dynamic better as a trio, and I like things that their stories set up in the rest of them. They come in. Aqua is my favorite character of the whole franchise.
I'm not a big Final Fantasy fan. Aqua is cool.
Yeah.
I like Terra. I like Terra a lot.
Yeah.
Terra's one of the. At least from a design standpoint, I like Terra.
Yeah.
But I'm not a big Final Fantasy fan as a whole. Like, I think I've only ever played like 3 or 4 games. If we're not counting Kingdom Hearts' Final Fantasy games or Chrono Trigger, I think I've played 3 Final Fantasy games into completion.
Okay. Which one's just curious?
Whatever. Technically, the first SNES one, which is like 4.
Okay.
I think that's technically Final Fantasy 4, and then 5, and then I've played 10.
Okay. I think I've played.
Is Sora made just for Kingdom Hearts?
Yes. Yeah. All of the. All of those 3, Terra, Aqua, and Ventus, all of the Organization 13, and the main bad guys. Like, here. I like the Organization 13 enough. Some of them are super forgettable. Some of them are super cool. But why the fuck didn't they have Organization 13 just be 13 villains from Final Fantasy? Like, you could have just had, if you wanted it to be this big threat, and you wanted to actually have it truly be a crossover from Disney and Final Fantasy, or have them all be all Disney villains, or a mixture of the two. Like, you have these villains show up and they come and go, and it's like Maleficent's kind of the main Disney villain, but like she doesn't really do anything different than like Organization 13 and Xemnas and Xehanort and all the freaking, but he's actually this guy, and like, you didn't have to create all these original characters. Like, you could have had, with maybe the exception of Sora, but like, what if instead of Riku, he teams up with like, I don't know, Aladdin for most of the game, or like you know, I know each level has them, but if the whole thing was supposed to be the worlds colliding, why are you creating original characters like at all?
Damn OC nerds.
Well, yeah, I guess. My
My OC.
what's your heartless name? Yixmidge. Yixmij.
Nope.
Yeah. I would be
Yixmij.
Works.
Ward.
Worksind. Warzind.
Zern. Oh yeah.
Zerndaw. Zerndaw actually kind of fucks.
That's kind of dead.
Yeah. Anyway,
you put that next to Bite. You gotta have like your. You gotta start.
OC
for all franchises.
Oh my god, we'd be here forever. But I mean, at least Bite is like Sonic and Jet Set Radio. Mostly Sonic.
So then you have to start combining two. You gotta pick one that you like, and then one that just like a dart just thrown.
Oh, okay.
That's.
Yeah, I'll do like Star Wars and Oddworld.
Okay, so you're gonna get a Glump Shadow no matter what.
It's totally gonna be a Glump Shadow. It's gonna be the most Glump Shadow. But his name is actually gonna be like Larry or something stupid. Like because this is a tangent to a tangent to a tangent. At my old company, we had not my old company that I ran, my last job. This thing went around that was like, "What's your Star Wars name?" And so it was like it was those stupid copy paste things where it's like, use the first 3 letters of where you were born and your father's first 3 letters of your father's name. And everybody got these like either really goofy, stupid sounding Glupshido names or something really cool. And I got, so it was like the first, I don't have to tell you the formula, but where I ended up was my name was Kinan, because it's like the first of your last name and then the beginning of your, so it's Kinan and then Lewas. So if you wanted to go Star Wars with it, you could say like Kinan Lewas, and it's like whatever, or you could just say Keenan Lewis. I just got a normal ass name. I just got like another human's name.
Yeah, you go. Kanan Lewas is more like he's like Remy LeBeau, Gambit's like cousin, who's like a villain. Like Kanan Lewas.
Kanan Lewas, yeah. We're down here in the bayou with Kanan Lewas making up some nice gumbo.
Somebody got to put an X in Kanan, like Kineauxn. Like you gotta put like an X in there somewhere that's not supposed to be.
Yeah,
Kanan
and that's where the Heartless comes in, or the nobody name.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's nobody. Yep.
It all comes back full circle to our first and second and third neurodivergence.
Listen, you reap what you sow with these tangents. As long as you get to like, you ate the apple and you planted the core back into, it's propagating. You're propagating tangents.
I like that.
I mean, you're taking a little bit off of it and you're putting it back in the earth, and you're going to get another one in a minute. You just get a whole, a whole field of tangents.
I like that. It makes it feel less like a mental disorder.
But I'm the coping king.
Yeah. Oh, the coping king, the king of copium himself, Jimmy Looper. I really need a like air horn button.
I just gotta have it ready, man. Just gotta be ready for it at all times to make allowances and make excuses depending upon your mood. Hey,
I like that. As someone who is I've called myself a cope fiend. I like that. I'm gonna have to. Yeah, it makes it feel like a little more agency too, which I'm always for. A little more intention. Yeah, I do this on purpose. Sure. This is for you, dear viewers. It's not because I can't hold one single train of thought without my brain spiraling into 1,000 ADHD directions. No.
Damn right. It's either it's an allowance or it's an excuse. You get to make that choice. Like you can make an excuse, but either way you're owning that it's an excuse, or you can make an allowance. You can forgive yourself to make that's an allowance.
Wow. The deepest drops of knowledge here. Wow. Hell yeah.
Watch 3 cartoons and I'm a wizard. Man.
Right. So all that to say, you really liked Kiki's Delivery Service.
Okay, I forgot about that one. Yeah, it was good. Except I'm not gonna get too deep in the weeds with that one. Yeah. I watched it today. It was good. It just I think with the His name is Gigi. Gigi.
Yeah, the cat.
Yeah, didn't really get a whole lot of like. I feel like he had more to do, more to say, more to like kind of like bring it back around on. I wrote that. I guess I kind of just wanted maybe a little bit more of like the ending of him, like oh, what's his like? He's in it, and then you don't get enough of like why is he here? Like he doesn't get a resolution. I guess is kind of like my biggest gripe. Whereas
Yeah.
like,
I heard somewhere, I can't take credit for this, but my headcanon anyway, if this isn't the intended way, and I like that it's a bit ambiguous, my headcanon is that he could never talk. And that was kind of her like imagining. And then because the whole thing is like this very coming of age thing, you can either see it one of two ways, and I like both. One is like a little bit more pragmatic, is he could never talk. This is just what she imagined his voice sounded like. And then he was kind of like her conscience. And then she grows up and doesn't need that anymore. And so that's why once she gets her powers back, he doesn't talk for the rest of the movie and he's just a cat. Or you can say he stops talking as her familiar because she matures so much that she doesn't need that from him. And it's just kind of like a source of magic that like she found in herself. You know, you can take it either way. But I do like the idea of there is something significant about why he doesn't talk for like once she, because if you notice it's right after, you know, she gets her groove back. So would that be cool to see?
I like that.
A resolution with him? Sure. But I think I like it better as a resolution for her, or just as another like reminder of like how far, again, the growth in these movies, the character growth, like how far she's come from like, I don't really know what I'm doing. Should I really be leaving my home right now? And she's excited, but she's still like, what the hell am I going to do? I just go live out in the world now? I'm 10 years old. It's like freaking Ash leaving home at 10 years old. Like, I couldn't find my way around my own neighborhood when I was 10 years old without getting lost, much less, you know, just go out into the world where there's creatures with magical powers that you can control and then battle them. Like, what? But I love the message, especially in that one, about the feeling of burnout. As somebody who has felt creative burnout and burnout in my career and emotional burnout, and like, I love that she has to just like go out into the woods and paint, you know, and draw and just like exist with like her girlfriend, because I do kind of ship those two. Like, I mean, homegirl like painted a whole ass painting for her. Like, that's, if that doesn't say she's got a little bit of a crush, I don't know what does.
I made this.
That's true.
This was $5.
Josh, you're gonna have to divorce your wife. You need to be single. I found you the best new husband.
We could build an empire. We could be gods.
We could rule the geek world on the internet.
I'm saying.
With both of our hot takes combined, we could burn this whole place to the ground.
He's talking up shit about Dark Souls.
Yeah, right. No one will ever like Dark Souls again between the two of us.
I like Breaking His Stones. I don't even like that game either. I just like, he just gets very into the weeds of how much he hates that game. I don't like it either. I played. It's not my bag. I don't want to be mad at a game, but he gets real into it.
I know.
I can't. It's fun. I just love conviction. I have to. It is.
Yeah, I would take that over. You know, again, to go back, my whole like my U curve. The bottom of the U curve is a 0. You know, like the worst thing you can be is forgettable, and like, you know, I would rather a game make you feel, or any piece of media make you feel something, even if it's something that you don't like, because it's still stuck with you and it made you feel something more than like playing a game and you're like, I literally don't remember anything about that game. But I will hold a game that I hated almost like in a higher regard than one that I had completely forgotten. So I don't know. I just like things that move the needle. It doesn't matter which way they go. I just like being moved by art, you know?
It's a very positive way to do things, even if like the end result has some negativity, you know, attached to it. Because you're finding, hey, I invested energy into this. I'm getting something out of this. I'm getting mine. Essentially, you know, even if it's shitty, like it's better to be like, I put time into this and I am I've got nothing from this. That zero sucks. Wait, I get it. I mean, that zero, that zero hits a little bit different when it's, I wasted my own energy. I received nothing. I didn't receive
Yeah.
emotion or energy, or I just, it's like eating corn. You're just going to see it in the toilet later. You're getting nothing from it.
Yeah, like lettuce, iceberg lettuce. Like, what is that? It's just water, or celery.
It's just water.
It's just crunchy
Yeah.
water. I hate it. You got to spice it up with something.
Nah.
It reminds me of, I've said this before on Talk Tuesdays, and I know he's a complicated figure. I get it if people want to cancel him outright, but Shia LaBeouf, through all of his faults, he said one of my favorite quotes of all time, which is somebody asked him, like, what is art? And he just said, anything that moves you. Anything that moves you is art. And I like that because it's so simple, and it's like, yeah, it's like, we can talk about the whole separate the art from the artist, and is he a shitty, abusive person? Seems that way, So I wouldn't necessarily trust him around people that I care about, but I would, maybe like to have a conversation with him sometime. He seems like somebody you could talk to about this kind of stuff, as long as he's not under the influence of anything. But I really like that, and it was simple, and despite who said it, I love that that mentality so much. Literally anything that moves you. Like, there's this whole, like, oh, art it can't be anything that purely has a function. If you look at a screw or like a 2x4 and you like the way that the wood grain is in it or something, it can be something that is purely functional. But if it moves the needle for you even in the slightest, like, I would consider that art. So
Yeah.
things that I hate, I hold them maybe not in higher regard, but I think they're more important than things that or experiences that I've had that have just been empty and boring. Like, emptiness, I hate more than things that I actively hate. I don't know. This got way deeper than I thought it was gonna where it was gonna go.
It's also it's an investment of energy at the end of the day, because whether or not, like, you shouldn't hang on to that negative energy. If you hate something, you shouldn't thrive on hate, regardless of whether it's hating towards a noble cause or hate in general. Like, it's a fleeting amount of energy that will tax you when you do lose that war. But it is enough to, like, level conviction, to level thought, to level purview, to give you a foundation to have some appreciation for what you do actually care about. When you get those net zero things, you get fuck all. It is just, I'm in, and you get hit with a fucking overdraft fee at the end of the day. Like, that's what it is. And you get
oh my god, that's so true. The emotional overdraft.
That's what it is. It's just you overshot on what you thought you could get, and then you got less than nothing in return. And, like, I rather you can be at zero. You spend $2,000 you didn't have for a $2,000 purchase, whether or not that was a great choice or not. Still got some sort of reciprocation, but when you just get that emotional overdraft fee, dog, that's the one that's, and you're just like, why do they even do this? Like, why is this, like, that's outside your means of, social energy or intellectual energy or emotional energy. And
especially
you can't,
now that we're adults, and we have
man,
way less time. I can say, do you remember being bored? I don't know the last time I was bored. Like, there's always something that I need to do or should be working on, or we're talking about this off mic, like a content creation. I'm always, like, editing videos, uploading. Am I streaming for 4 hours a night? Am I, posting my reviews and stuff? Just that alone. This is one of many goals that I have, many aspirations. And it shit takes so much time. So, like, it sucks when you watch something that you feel took more from you than you got back. Like, oh my god, my most recent version of this, and I apologize because I'm going to complain to Josh about this next week too. I just watched Obsession. Oh my god, that shit left me.
The movie.
Yeah, that left me, like, turned inside out. Like, I was so, not to get a little bit heavy, but it was also very triggering for me because of a relationship that I had that was very, very toxic and unhealthy. So I was already like, oh my god, this is making me feel like I'm back there. But still, it's just people suffering for 3 hours, like, or 2 hours. It's not a 3 hour movie. It's just people suffering for 2 hours. And it's like, oh my fucking god. Like, I'm not a huge horror guy. If I am, it's gotta be sci-fi or a monster of some kind. But when it's just shit like this, I was fucked up for like 3 days. I'm like, I'm still recovering from that movie. So like the emotional withdrawal, the overdraft fees emotionally that I've gotten in the past couple days have been wicked for that fucking movie. I almost said piece of shit movie. It's a good, well-made movie. But
I saw it. I didn't like it.
I hated it, but I thought it was a good movie. It's like the Joker, the Joaquin Phoenix Joker. I was like, that movie was great. I will never watch it again. I hated it, but I think it was well made.
That's fair. That's a positive. See, look, that's a positive spin to have on it, because I wouldn't say anything. I have nothing nice to say about that movie. It's just it's just not my bag. I think you bastardized something that was cool, and you made a cringier thing cringier.
Yes, for sure.
And then, like, I thought Heath Ledger did you the best. Depending on how you looked at that, he I don't let fans ruin things for me anymore. It took a long while to get to that point where I just won't interact with fans. Like,
I'm still trying to get there.
Like the Rick and Morty people. I love Rick and Morty the show. But I'm not gonna interact with any Rick and Morty fans. You're abhorrent. You're just I don't want to talk to you. But I still like the show. I still will watch it in my own time. I won't talk about it with anybody. I like the show on my own terms.
Hey.
I'm not, and that's how I kind of felt like the Joker kind of swing was like Heath Ledger did something for villains that set the next bar for how the rest of the villains had to be created in terms of superhero movies.
Yeah.
Where he had to be so dynamic and so relatable to a point, not necessarily be cringy and get ha-ha tattoos all over your face and be stupid about it.
Yeah.
To where like Jared Leto just made such a mockery of it. I'm like, okay, cool. They're leaning into the comic book thing. I like the design choice. I just thought it was terrible.
Yeah.
And then you get Joaquin Phoenix saying, I'm like, you just reignited the cringe in all of these people of misunderstood. It just, there's no nice things I can say about it as a culture, as a movie. I thought the movie, if it wasn't the Joker, it could have been a good movie. Like if you didn't have the connotation, this had to lean into something. It just could have been the comedian, and I think it would have been a better stick.
Yeah.
But if you had to lean into like he's going to go on to be or inspire villainy, I was like, you made it cringy. You made it too cringy to the point where I have nothing nice to say. Like you ruined something special. Like you had it, and then you made a musical.
Yeah. I didn't even watch the second one, but you also inspired like the worst people to make this their personality too. And it's like, yes, I finally get it. And it's like the toxic ass couple who's now like gonna be like, yeah, we are the Joker and Harley Quinn. Like it's like that's not good. That's not good.
It's not good when you have to define your personality when you're like 30 to 40. I think you can reinvent yourself in a healthy way. You can make allowances or make excuses for your behaviors, and you can, grow. You can always grow. But if you're like, when I'm like 16, I'm like, what's this Veritas? I understood it then. Back then, I thought what could have happened. Like I get it. Like I get it when you're in high school and you're just trying to figure out which way's up. Totally get it. But when you're like, cringy millennial watching the Joker and being like, that's me. It's
that's
like,
me. I see myself.
Go to work on Monday, dog. Like,
right.
Like, you just gotta put the fries in the bag.
I do like. I think if I had to say anything that I did truly like about that, it was even though it was super unnerving, what it had to say about like suffering from mental health disorders in America.
100%.
Like, oh my God, like the system is designed to keep you suffering and in that. And it's like, well, no wonder he ended up this way.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, I did like that angle, but for the most part, it was just so stressful. And I was either like stressed or cringing through that whole movie. And I was like, no, I hate it. I think it was well made. I don't think it was a good adaptation of the comic book character, the Joker. And I don't think it was a good, like you said, but I do think as a film or, a cinema, to use the word that you love so much, I think it works for, the previously mentioned criteria.
It's definitely one of those movies when someone's like, oh, I love that movie. My next thought is like, now I'm like kind of like dialing into their social cues. I'm like, how much did you love that movie? Like, is it Like it's like did you just like it? And that's cool. You know, if you have nice things to say about it, or are you about to be real weird in the next 10 minutes? Like,
Right. Am I gonna like see a picture of you and your girlfriend with a black eye as mugshots next time? Like,
yeah.
or like how much of this personality are we gonna make it? Like, is it like mall ninja? Like, am I gonna find am I gonna find some like 6-bladed swords that you bought at the tobacco store at the mall on your wall when I go to your place?
Roman stars.
Yeah, yeah. This is peak performance. You know, what fan fictions are you into? You know, like.
Yeah, well, yeah. Let me see your imager. Let me see what you've been posting. Let me see.
Let me see your Reddit. Let me see your 4chan history.
Didn't have any history on 4chan if you did it right.
No, that's that's true. God. Oh God, remember 4chan? The shit that I've seen.
It was cool. It's funny how much I used that without it. I was so oblivious to like the dark side of 4chan. Like I was in like the tabletop, you know, TG, which is the tabletop games and RPG section, almost exclusively. And then I loved going on, you know, /Flash just to see like before Flash was going on, you know, just the amount of like new uploads. Like I mean, like every third Flash animation was dick and balls doing the helicopter spin. I was like, you got me.
Or like really, really well done like cartoon porn parodies.
Really good.
You're like, what is this
like,
the real team? Like there was a Teen Titans one I saw all the time, and it was like, did Cartoon Network make this? Why is it so good?
18 Titans.
Yeah,
she was 18 Titans.
Right, 18 plus Titans.
Yeah.
Yeah, that or like
I was so oblivious to like the cesspools that were on it because like I'm just the same thing with Reddit. Like I'm just so like I know, but now at least now Reddit's a little bit different. Like it's easier to find shit like shit you don't want to see. But like I'm just so like if I'm on these things, like I'm very there for like a non-doom scrolling purpose. Like I'm like I'm on very specific things, and then if like the fans get too wild, or even if like I happen to just go over to popular and I see like some like cringy thing or recommended for me, I immediately just like don't ever show me this shit again. Like
yeah.
The amount of times that people just like just the randomest, I mean, diabolical shit is like recommended for you. Like I'm on like RPGs and like Dungeon Crawler Carl. Like you shouldn't be showing me these things. Like nothing about my algorithm is suggesting that you should show me this shit. I do not care about any of this shit.
Yeah. The amount of times I've had to hit something on a related video on Instagram, like pimple popping videos, like I am not the guy who's like, yeah, that's awesome. I'm like, get that shit away from me. I'm hitting everything. I'm like, do not show me this. Do not show me this. Do not show me this.
Yeah.
And I've gotten it kind of under control. But I'm surprised that you didn't see the cesspool of the internet that was like /B, like the random one. Because like that's how I heard about 4chan back in the day. In like, I don't know, 2004. When I learned about it when I was like 16, and it was like, oh yeah, 4chan, there's this website where it's just like a bunch of random crap, and it's like it's like the Wild West of the internet. And I was like, wow, that's so cool and counterculture. And then I went and I saw some shit that I was like, if this saves anywhere to my computer, my parents are going to jail. You know, like it's like holy shit. And from what I hear, it's a lot more regulated now, but it was like the I've said the Wild West already, but it was like on the outer, well, to use a Star Wars reference, it was the beyond, what do they call it, the beyond space where Thrawn's from, the outer regions.
Outer region, yeah.
Yeah, it was like the outer regions of the internet where it's like, I didn't know about the dark web, but I was like, this must be the worst parts of the internet. And it's like, nope.
I thought so, yeah.
Not something that's this readily available. It gets way worse. And I'm like, I just saw somebody get their head cut off. How could it be worse than that? That shit traumatized me for a month. I don't think I got on my computer for that month.
Yeah, we all saw that video.
Yeah.
We all remember Berg. We all remember the first time we saw the Berg video.
The Berg?
Unfortunately. But Berg beheading video, the Al Qaeda guy, U.S. soldier gets his head cut off.
Oh, I don't know the
title. That was got passed around, and that was like right after 9/11.
Yeah.
That was like the big one that went around like immediately. Like once boots on the ground, they're like, it just hit like the worst parts. Like you catch a stray on like a random website, like, oh, click this link, and like that's before you like hover over hyperlinks and like, oh, what is this? Whenever you got hit with fucking meatspin.com, like
Meatspin, Lemon Party.
You should just trick your boys into watching some heinous shit, but yeah.
Oof. There was one I saw was like it was just like a compilation of like people on bikes crashing, and it was just like goofy, like, oh, dude wasn't watching where he was going. He flipped over a cabbage stand. My cabbages. And then there was one where a dude just like falls, and then a truck runs him over, and it looked like a watermelon. Like I was like, oh, what the fuck? And then I felt ill like for a month after that. And people were like, ha 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 ha, that's so fucking funny. Those are the people who like the Joker. to bring it back, to bring
crash.
it back.
Yeah, I like a good crash. I like a good catastrophe, but not like a heinous. Like I cannot like. It can be like little kids falling, hilarious.
Oh yeah,
funny. Look,
totally. Especially when they deserve it.
Yeah, that's the big one. You have to deserve it. Like I have to, from the 13 seconds I was able to judge you, because I am.
Yeah.
I have to know that you deserve it. Like you goofing up. So I was at a restaurant not too long ago, and this little kid was just climbing all over the restaurant. It wasn't an Applebee's. I was at a decent restaurant. Yeah. Doesn't make it any better, but I was at a nice restaurant, and this kid's climbing all over the booth, and the parents aren't even saying nothing to him. Like he's like climbing onto the booth where it's like dangerously climbing on the booth, not just like standing up in the booth. Like he's on the middle part between two booths. Luckily, there's no one on the other side.
Right.
And he's just like
so he's like 6 feet off the ground,
walking on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Creed said.
Yeah.
He's holding on.
Yeah.
6 feet from the edge.
Maybe 6 feet ain't so far down. With arms wide open under the sunlight. How do we get here?
Somebody's gonna fall.
Yeah.
Like I was wishing ill upon him for his parents' sake, to be like, yo, you're like not like too ill, like enough to be like a quick cry, maybe a blemish on the forehead, you know.
Lesson
I ain't trying to see
learned.
blood. I ain't trying to like nothing main. Yeah, lesson learned. Like parents weren't doing nothing. It was like just an ornery child, and I was like, that's crazy. Like I'm not saying hit your kid, but like grab your kid off the thing so he doesn't get hurt. Like there's a difference between like popping your kid, like I got popped as a kid, versus like get your ass down here, which I also got. Like I got hope, but like like just a level of decorum. Whether I'm at Applebee's or, you know, whatever, some other bullshit restaurant, like, just, your kid can get hurt, man.
I like how you were like,
get hurt.
This wasn't Applebee's where this happens on a regular. This was a nice place.
Applebee's is the outer regions.
That's the outer, yeah. The Wild West of restaurants. Applebee's is where you go.
Was good to me as a kid.
It's where
endless apps when you were like at high school and you had no money.
Right? Oh, I know. Everyone goes in on an app. Poppy Keaton is in the chat and says, this guest is awesome. I agree wholeheartedly. Finally. He's finally here, and not just in the chat.
Made it.
As someone who upgraded yourself, Keaton, from chat to actual guest, I'm sure you can appreciate it.
Yeah, shout out to guests.
Shout out to guests. Shout outs to conversation. Yeah. One of the best days of my life. Wow! Oh, I hope you're not just saying that to be nice. That's so nice to say. Everybody's gassing me up today.
Chat. I know, dude. Listen,
this feels great.
I will say, until Keaton popped on chat, I had a lot of negative connotations about the topic at hand. You also check out the video that Keaton was on talking about the furry community.
Yeah.
But there was no things I could type in chat without LOL ha-has to soften my questionnaire.
Exclamation points.
What a proper advocate to champion your thing despite the gravity of how negative your community can be seen as, because online it ain't great. It's either you're all in or you're all against. There is no. But I was like, what a champion of like. I was like, oh, that's cool. I no longer share. I mean, I still have like some odd thoughts.
Yeah. But
that's just 4chan and accidental clicks here and there. I'm like, all right. I mean, I get it. Lola Bunny. I get it.
Yo.
Not my thing. I get it. I'm just saying I get it. That's it.
Lola Bunny made it my thing.
What a champion. what a champion, and a very well-spoken champion to
that was a great episode. They killed it. You're killing it. I appreciate both of you. I love you both dearly. You both are always showing up for me. So that's at least I can do is give some of that energy back. You guys fucking rule. But To bring it
I know
back.
Keaton was here the whole time, but Josh was here earlier. I don't know if you saw that, Keaton, but Josh was here earlier.
Oh yeah, he sure was. He may show up again in the next 5 seconds, potentially.
It might pop up. It might pop up.
You might.
You just gotta.
I think he's.
You just gotta wish. Gotta click your heels together.
Yeah. There he is. It's so good. It's so good because it's like the same size as your real head.
Oh, I sized it out. Yeah. Oh, buddy, let me tell you. I got my so my I don't have it on. It's upstairs, but I'm at my desk where I do a lot of my crafting and stuff. We were talking about stuff, so I'm working on something to convert this into an art project.
Oh shit.
And so I do a lot of crafting of sorts, and here's a SNES cartridge case that I'm working on something for is the inside.
Nice.
But yeah, I had a ruler. I was like, let me measure my head, and I was in GIMP shop trying to figure out how big I have to make this picture so I can get it closer. Like I thought I don't want to make it too comically huge, like
right.
like fat heads, like I'm cheering them on in Little League.
Yeah,
I just wanted to be like I could just suddenly tape it onto something and bring it up and
or like somebody's got
put into it.
Yeah, I can tell it. It's evident and it shows. You didn't want it to look like you had a big head mode cheat on,
Yeah, I'm not trying to blow my man's forehead. You know what I mean? It's a good picture. I'm not trying to ruin it. But,
That's so fucking funny. He's gonna lose his shit. The likeness is uncanny. Keaton says.
It is.
So you had mentioned tabletop being on 4chan and Reddit tabletop, which reminded me to bring it back to Ghibli. We've talked about Obojima before. Have you what?
It's amazing.
Oh, you do have experience with it, right? You said you've played it.
Yeah. I played a one shot. So I'm a huge tabletop RPG collector. I can send you a picture if you ever want to see my collection. It's comically, it's my thing. That is my thing.
Okay.
Like I could go at like this could be an 8-hour episode if we talked about that. Like obviously we had a lot of tangents, but if I was like, that's my jam. That's and so I just collected them for a while. I'd try to collect them and try to play them as much as I can. And then it got to a point where I was like, I just collect them because I love reading them. And right now I'm digitizing a lot of my own stuff that I write. Here's one of my many journals of things that I write, and here's my characters that inspire me.
Nice.
Some little goblin guys, but
silly little guys.
I just like reading them. Silly little guys, man. But I just collect them just from the rules aspect, enjoy them, and then I would try and play them. I don't typically like playing with strangers. The social contract is a bit different. There's a lot of expectations that people are afraid to say that they have. I don't think a lot of people are good at having a social contract with strangers. Like, I have very few strict no-nos when I play tabletop RPGs, but a lot of people have a lot of no-nos that may either inhibit the style of that game or make a little bit more narcissist to them trying to be the main character of a joint thing.
Yeah.
And that makes it, there's a little bit tricky to navigate that with strangers because, in your friend group, you could be the guy. You could be the leader of the group, or if you will, or whatever. And with a bunch of strangers, like, we all want to play the game. It's a game.
Right.
Obojima is one of those ones
where
I want it just on the art. It is. It's you're
by nature.
Nobody wins. You can't win. You're not supposed to win. There's no winners in D&D. You can't win. He can just drop a dragon on you at any time and you lose. Like, as soon as you get rid of that aspect, but there's people who play it that way, and there are ways to play it that way, but everybody has to be in accord. That's how you play the game.
Are you a proponent of like a session negative one, where you kind of go over expectations before you even start session 0?
Yeah, that's session 0. Yeah, that's what we call it. No, we just do sessions. I mean,
you do that as part of session 0.
Yeah, I think the negative one that you speak of is kind of like when I play with strangers, I gather. See, Keaton.
Thanks for coming by.
If I see like a forum post, that's how I typically find games to play with strangers. They'll have you fill out like a questionnaire.
Yeah.
And I'll try to put as much detail in that of what they ask for. I don't give them, I don't blow up their spot with here, reader, here's a 10-page of James and his narcissistic ways of how you have to play your game. I want you to read my post. This is what you asked for. Here's what you get. Job application style. And then hopefully there's a session 0 after that where it's like, all right, if I already made past that first stage of where I've met your criteria, now you have to meet mine. because then it becomes a joint thing. Because obviously you want that -1 is like, not all personality types click.
Right.
Not all game styles click. If you're like, hey, I want to go kill a bunch of shit, I want to play an evil character, not my bag. Not really how I like to play the game. But with Obujimo, at least I think the setting kind of softens that session -1 to 0. It's like you're all kind of going to this land of whimsy, and you're not really looking to be like the barbarian that just stomps shit to the dirt. It's like doesn't really fit that vibe. I played with a group online. There was like a free, I think it's free now. There's an adventure you can run. I forget what it's called, but it's free. I think it used to be $5. I think they're giving it away for free now.
The Mushroom
off their
Festival?
website. Yeah. I think it's free now, because at the time the guy who ran it was like, oh, it's like $5, and he's like, hey, if anybody wants to just donate, I was like, all right, sure, I'll give you $1 on Venmo, I'll give you $1.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 6 of us, like, sure, I'll give you $1. It's your time. Like, I'm not against paying DMs if that's your shtick, but I didn't sign up for that to begin with. But sure, I'll tip you. But we played like two sessions, and I think it went on for like another 3 or 4 after that. But I was done after 2. Just personality things people weren't getting the vibe of it, and I had no inkling about Studio Ghibli at all.
Yeah.
But I got the book. Like, I understood what this was trying to be and what it's not trying to be.
Yeah.
And everybody kind of went into it thinking it was like D&D, and it is D&D at its core.
Right.
But ultimately, it's just the whimsy. You got to lean into the whimsy. Like, there's you gotta. I believe in role play versus role play, like ROLL versus ROLE. I like it. At the end of the day, it's a game. Right. Roll dice. We're here to play a game. Yeah. I'm not here for you to pretend this is some sort of acting chops. You want to improv with a bunch of strangers to show off. Like, I don't hate the Brandon Lee Mulligan side of things. I'm glad what it did for the hobby, but it also made the expectation that everybody has to be that, make up their own rules.
Right.
There's a book this thick. There's rules to it. Play by the rules. Just you could do both. If you stick to the rules, you can do both. But if you do one, then this book means nothing. So you can do both if you do the rolling of dice, but you can't do both if you just make up your own shit and then the book goes away.
Yeah.
Despite the #1 rule of D&D being throw this book away, make up your own shit, which is, the hypocrisy that I live by.
Yeah. But you still can't, you can't go against the die,
Correct. And that's like saying, I'm glad what it does for the hobby. I think they're all talented. I think they're phenomenal improv people. I think their session -1 to 0 when they're essentially a casting, to make it's meant to be entertaining. But it's ultimately doesn't fit the vibe. And I unfortunately played a Obujima game, 2 sessions deep, where it was everybody trying to be Matt Mercer, Brendan Lee Mulligan. I'm like, it's not my bag. Like, you kind of, but again, it doesn't ruin it for me. Like I said, I don't let fans ruin things for me. Like, I was the odd man out. They seemed to be collectively enjoying it. I was not. I was like, hey, this isn't for me. I said to DM, I don't just no call, no show. Hey, I'm not going to be there. Sorry, man. It's not really my bag. You're doing a great job. I'm out. And that's it. I've never received like, fuck you. I've never given anybody a fuck you. It's just, it's not for me. I'm not going to just ghost you, because, when you're playing those kind of games, the DM puts a lot of effort into scheduling. That's the big part of it. That's the hardest part of it, is mentally preparing that, hey, you got to be on in like 2 days.
Yeah.
And then if you're on day 2 and you've already stressed or whatever level positive or negative anxiety that comes, because positive anxiety is always fun too.
Yeah.
To be anxious to do something you love is great. It's still anxiety. It's still draining. And then that day comes and nobody wants to play or nobody can play. That is just an investment of energy that you do not get back, and it's defeating. It's no one's coming to my birthday party. Fucking kind of bummer.
Yeah.
And then you got all that, like, whether you're one of those people who write 20 pages of shit and don't get to use it, that's on you. But if you write, hey, I'm going to be playing on Friday, and we don't use I'm going to be playing with you on Friday, that's more draining than you not using my 20 pages of shit. That's on me. Right. 20 pages of shit. Nobody asked me to do that. That's on me. But I did say, hey, I want to play on Friday. Nobody wanted to play. That stinks. Yeah. So I always try to do that. But Obujima is my first Studio Ghibli anything.
That's funny.
Just because
actually,
I knew where it came from. I was like, I know exactly what this is trying to be, and I was like, I'm in. I'm all in.
Did you get shades of it when you were watching these movies? Where you were like, "Oh, that's where they got this character from."
100%, especially from Spirited Away. Just even like just like knowing enough about like Japanese lore as a whole, you know, and why like Pokemon like Rotom exists.
Right.
You know, how like the spirit of appliances matter. Like
Kami.
Knowing that enough. Yeah.
Everything
just having that kind of everything, you know, the soul of anything, you know, is intentional, and it's, you know, it's a beautiful thing. And Obajima is just that, just less whimsical Adventure Time. It's just, you know, there's not like a lemon head guy farting, and you know, it's not a stretchy dog with a Korean girlfriend. It's just unacceptable. Like it's just
unacceptable.
It just, you know, but it was funny because you were talking like Studio Ghibli or something at one point, and I was like, oh, here's my lane of things. I like tabletop RPGs, and I remember I'd always like pepper in like TTRPG comments. That's why I still send pictures to Josh of like weird random TTRPGs that like of video games that he'll talk about, like the dinosaur game Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh, there's a tabletop of that?
Well, the license fell through, so it's called Dreams and Machines. And it's basically the same setting and vibe. It just, I guess they couldn't agree on dollars, but like, fuck it, we'll just make the game anyway. Dreams and Machines is what it, you know, came to be. You know, I'll just send him random ones sometime. Like I send him a Dark Souls one every time he gets, you know, gets the you know, just fun stuff like that. And you know, you went to Vegas, and I think you went to the Meow Wolf thing. Yeah, there's the Meow Wolf one coming out in September that I pre-ordered, and I just like that guy's art style. Like, I've known that artist before I knew he did the whole convenience store nonsense out and he just made a just as wacky tabletop RPG. So I like I just like the weird stuff.
The grocery store thing was the one thing that we didn't do there because it was like $60 just to get in and walk around.
Oh wow!
I was like, I don't know about that, but. And plus, this was at the end of a very expensive weekend. So if we had just gone, you know, we probably would have. But, you know, the hotel and all the other shit, we go into this freaking Sphere and, you know. But the Area 15 where that's hosted, that I think is all Meow Wolf.
Okay. I think it is. Yeah.
Is super sick. And just like somewhere between like an art installation and like a shopping mall. So, like, even just walking around, doing the VR thing that we did was so fucking rad. The Interstellar Arc or whatever, like, I was like, yep, this is the future. Like, this is, I want to live here. I want to live in a VR, like a VR headset, like all the like, dystopian images that we've seen in every movie ever of, like, everyone's hooked up to VR all the time because the real world sucks so bad. I'm like, yeah, the real world sucks, so let me just escape
Ready
it.
Player One at all times.
Yeah, Ready Player One, right. Like, or freaking what was that anime that's so overrated? Sword Art Online.
I didn't like that one either.
Couldn't get into it. Yeah, I was like, I liked the real world stories in that season. I watched the first season, and I was like, I like the real world stuff about how, like, oh my god, it's like they're trapped, and if they die in the game, they die in real life, and they're trying to figure out why this is happening. That stuff was interesting to me. You know, she's in a coma, or somebody's in a coma. When they're someone, you know, when they're in the game itself and they're just like doing fantasy shit, I'm like, I don't care. That's why I don't really care about like solo leveling. The fights look cool, but like if it's an isekai into a video game, Dot Hack already did it, and I'm probably
I like Dot Hack.
Yeah, same. They did it better. Not to old man it, but they did it and they did it better. Those games,
cool, man.
Those games were great too.
They were, they held up, man. They were, I have a fond memory of them that I don't want to go back and replay them because I know that I might not like them. But I remember at the time, being, because back then JRPGs could hold my attention despite having, you know, ADD as a kid. But back then, like but now I don't think I have the patience. It's not necessarily like an attention span. It's more of like the patience for a JRPG is tough. Yeah. Like it's just, there's something about like, it's not even like the length of the game because I want my money out of my games. It's just I don't want you to waste my time. Like you nailed it when you're playing like Final Fantasy VI. Like I don't want random encounters. I was like, I didn't know I didn't want that until you said that. Yeah. I was like, I don't fucking want that. And you're like, oh, well, the new Pokemon when you get to see the encounter. In case I do want that, I was like, that's what I want. He's fucking nailing it. He's saying all the things I didn't know I was Like
Yeah.
that's what I want. I don't not want it, but I also want the choice to not want it. When I want it, I want to come get it. Like there just needs to be agency on my end, where instead of you just like ramming me in the ass for 8 hours, like the game seemed like it was forcing you to have to go grind to beat that dude in the cave, and I was like, this is not fun.
That's why that's
not a fun way to play.
That's when I stopped, because I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to do all this off stream because I don't want to stream grinding. I didn't want to grind at all. I was like, let me put that
you got hit
shit up.
4x XP. They put that in there for a reason. You should abuse that because they know what they did. They know what they did.
I know. I was like, I should have cranked that up more then. So put it on 4. Like I don't want to like steamroll the game. I want there to be a challenge, but I don't. One of my biggest gaming hot takes is that Bethesda does not make good games.
It hurt me. Now you say things.
I know. They are always buggy messes. I don't think they're fun to play because I don't like the progression. When I play, I have gotten to a point where I have played and very much enjoyed Bethesda games. Fallout 3, Oblivion, Skyrim, all of these games, I had to mod the ever-loving crap out of to get them to a point where I enjoyed them for me. Because, like, for me, immersion is a huge thing. I don't feel immersed when I'm standing there going, ting, ting, with my sword, ting, ting, and then their health is going down like one little fart pixel at a time. Or like in Fallout, you turn a corner and a dude's in your face and he's like, I'm going to kill you. And you shoot him in the face with a shotgun and you see his health bar just go from this to this. And it's like, okay, well, what the fuck is the point? So I like putting in mods, one, that fix all the bugs so you're not falling through the world and, people are like clipping through chairs and, game-breaking bugs because of a quest line that you need to progress the game. The dude just teleported into the fucking sun. It's like those games are a buggy mess. They need so much mod support to just run and not crash all the time, at least in my experience. And then the combat, I always have to do like whatever the equivalent of like a glass cannon combat system for me. I love doing stuff like that where it's like, I want to, if I shoot somebody in the face, I want them to die. If I hit somebody with an arrow in the heart in Skyrim, I want them to go down, but I also don't want it just to be easy. If I get picked off by an arrow, I want to die immediately because that feels real. That feels immersive. That feels like, oh my God, this is a really, I'm a fragile, fleshy meat bag in this world where all these pointy things are coming at me. Like I like that I'll die in one hit because that makes me need to play carefully. But I also don't want, I want to feel like I can do cool stuff. If I hit somebody with a fireball, I want them to burn and die. I don't want it to just take some health away. I don't know. That's just my personal style of games. But I could not get into any Bethesda game that I ever played until I modded it half to hell. I don't know.
Counterpoint to your point, just to play devil's advocate here.
Yeah.
The X-rays on Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Should end the fight.
Right. Yeah, that's true. That should. I think it's the way that Mortal Kombat delivers it. It's more. Mortal Kombat kind of knows that it's over the top. The violence is just so. I just talked about some movies with pretty intense violence, or even seeing violence in real life. You think I would be desensitized because I grew up in Mortal Kombat, but Mortal Kombat is so over the top that it's goofy. So I think but I'm also not.
There's fucking dragons in Skyrim. That's goofy as it gets.
I don't think it's played goofily though. I also don't think I am. I don't think I'm embodying the character in a fighting game like I feel like I am in a main character in an RPG or something. Maybe it's
That's
just the camera angle. If I'm in first person, I want to feel like I am that character. But when I'm playing a fighting game, I am me playing as this character fighting, and maybe that makes the immersion not matter that much for me. But there's a certain level of immersion that I need to have in a fighting game. I can't stand goofy cosmetics. If I'm playing Mortal Kombat and somebody's dressed like a clown, it's okay, why?
What you're saying is you hate Blaze Blue, is what you're telling me.
Yes, I do. But not for that reason. I hate Blaze Blue because it's just 5 and below Guilty Gear, and I'm going to stand on that hill until I die. Guilty Gear does everything better that Blaze Blue did. Blaze Blue, literally the whole roster is just failed characters that never made it to Guilty Gear. Oh my god, this is my Dark Souls. Do it. I don't know why people like Blaze Blue. When Guilty Gear's right there. If there was no Guilty Gear, sure. But it's right there. It's like saying, I don't know, I don't like Transformers, but I like, or like, I don't like, I can't think of like a knockoff, like GoBots.
Brave Little Toaster.
Yo, I love Brave Little Toaster. Don't be hating Brave Little Toaster in my house. It's like
Optimus Prime would stomp his little ass out.
I don't know that he would. I feel like he would be kind. I feel like Optimus Prime would be kind to the Brave Little Toaster.
Jazz would stomp his ass
Jazz
out.
absolutely would, and he would laugh all the way home. I'm gonna kick your ass, Toaster.
Boots him into space.
Yeah. Ah!
Oh, you wanted to go to Mars? Got you.
Yeah. They did that in one of the sequels, right? No, I'll do it now. God. Anyway, at this point, I have lost the thread of where we were talking about tabletop. Never mind, I got it.
Oh, you asked me about Ojima.
Yes. So as a
Transformers and the toaster getting kicked into space.
Yeah. That's the next Marvel versus Capcom could never. Let me see Transformers versus Brave Little Toaster.
Preach.
Yeah.
Pre-purchase, I'll buy that today.
Right, yeah. I'll pre-order it. I don't even care. I'll get the combat pack, the season pass, whatever you want. Let me play as the vacuum cleaner.
Battle pass, yeah.
The battle pass for Transformers Cross Brave Little Toaster. There's like 6 characters in Brave Little Toaster. And there's like 20 Transformers that all look and do the same exact thing. That's why, and I will always find a way to shoehorn this into every conversation. That's why Beast Wars is the best Transformers media.
It was ahead of its time as a kid. I loved it as a kid. As an adult, I didn't stand the test of time for me. I went back to it a few years ago, and I was like, it's good for them. It's not my bag. Just didn't quite hit.
Good for them.
Good for them. It's one of those moments. Good for them. But it was definitely awesome. You know, it was just certain things just don't stand the test of time. Because I used to love Donkey Kong and the Crystal Coconut, the same art style.
Yeah. Oh God, it's so wonky. And it is. I understand that the Beast Wars is too, and it's tough to get through that early. It's the second CGI show ever made. You know, like it
tough.
Didn't have any peers.
Riveting as a kid.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that blew my mind. I was like, oh my God, it's like a video game. Because like that's what pre-rendered cutscenes in video games look like. Like the good graphics looked like that when you were playing Final Fantasy VII. You know.
Oh, 100%.
But yeah, its only peer at the time was the last show they made, Reboot. So like,
yeah.
I mean that's why it won an Emmy. Like it's so funny saying
Reboot
like,
has an Emmy.
Yeah, Beast Wars won an Emmy.
Oh, Beast Wars! I thought it was a Reboot. I was gonna say, ain't no way Reboot. I thought Reboot won an Emmy. I was like, no fucking way.
I mean, it probably could have, because Beast Wars got it for like best animation. So like at the time it was cutting edge, like you said, way ahead of its time. And now looking back, it's like, yeah, it's tough to get through some of that wonky animation, but the writing, the characters, oh my God, it's stellar. It's my favorite TV show of all time. I showed it to Polisa a couple years ago. Like when we first started dating, I was like, this will be it. If you like this show, we'll be good. No, I didn't have any pressure whatsoever. And I was like, tell me if you hate it. It's Beast Wars. That's the thing that our whole relationship hinges on.
Swinging for the fences with that one, but good on you. Good on her, good on both of y'all.
Yeah, and hey, it was a home run the whole way. She was so invested. She was like, oh my God, like I love this. She would ask to watch it. She's like, can we watch more Beast Wars this weekend? I was like, hell yeah. Shit, where's my ring? Where's the ring? I don't even have it. I didn't have one prepared when she got us the Evo tickets. I was like, shit, only a thing I've wanted to do my whole life. I gotta get on that. No, it'll come eventually. All that to say, Obojima, do you think, now that you've watched, not just aesthetically, but now that you've watched Ghibli movies, do you think Obojima and its storytelling matches the vibe of Ghibli?
Yeah, I think there's less constraints with it. I think, not even just from like a tabletop RPG, I can write whatever I want kind of setting, just from the core book as itself, just reading that, reading its setting, reading what they're going for. I mean, it touches the Totoro vibe, it touches the Spirited Away vibe, it touches Princess Mononoke vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally like a love letter to being like, hey, you guys, I don't know if they've ever made a video game of those that never landed or we didn't get it over here, but this is a love letter to be like, you want to be a part of the universe? You want more of the thing you like more of? This is and it's like, and believe it or not, the book as a whole, as someone who collects tabletop RPGs, I don't want to say it's not the best bang for your buck. It's really well laid out. It's really good as a rule book. There's not a lot in it in terms of like as a gamer, like in terms of like, it's just a supplement to D&D. It adds a setting, which is a good chunk of the book. It adds a handful of options or class things for character creation to the book, but there's not a lot to it. There's not as in depth. We're getting it's one book though. We're getting another book in September, I think, of it it's adding a little bit more. It could be its own standalone thing in running. It's just the problem is it's so well done for how little I think it offers as one book that you want more. So you kind of put it on like this pedestal. So I'm not being critical of it in a negative way. I'm being critical of it in the fact that it's so good that you just want more of it. It's like, I wish this was more popular because you could do a lot more. You can get more books out of it. You could give me the bloat, the character options, the more things that I get control over as a player if I'm playing it. I'm typically a DM when I play. I'm always the forever DM. I've been doing it for 30 some years at this point.
Wow.
So it's like when I get to play a game, it's fun for me to have all the extra options, because when I'm the DM, I can do what the fuck I want. It doesn't have to be in the book. I can just write it as long as it makes sense. It doesn't even have to make sense. I can just do it.
Yeah.
But as a player, I think you're bound more by the rules, and I think you kind of want those options. The setting, obviously, if you have a cool DM, I've always had a lot of good DMs that I'm in a game right now playing with Pathfinder game, and my DM's really cool. Like, hey, that's not a thing, but we'll make it a thing for you. And I'm like, cool, that's sick. You can do that. And I think Ojima does the best at setting the tone. That whole book alone, I've had it for, I think, 2 years now. I think it's been out.
Yeah.
Never, again, just watched Spirited Away the past week. The Ghibli, a week ago. 1 week on Studio Ghibli, I think it encapsulates it in the best way you can pay on, like, homage to it without, like, bastardizing it in any way. It's like, we have, heads that talk. We have a vending machine that walks on all fours. Like, they don't make fun of it. They don't like poke jabs at it. They just build off of it. Like, you could have told me that Miyazaki, whatever his name is, made this. I'd believe you. Like, if I would believe it, because it's so well. Like, after seeing those 3 movies, how different they are, but they also have the same, like, okay, I get it. They really got a thing going on here, like A23 does with like weird movies. Like, they got a thing that they're trying to do here. And I think, maybe you, who has even more of a greater appreciation or, roots embedded into it, I think you'll like it more than anybody. I think, even if you don't play the game, I think even just as a book to sit on the couch and just get a whiff of the comedy spirit of this weird thing that's just fun.
Take a little smattering of joy from it. Yeah.
Little spirit bump.
Kiss. Yeah. That's good to hear. I, as somebody who is such a proponent and collector and connoisseur of tabletop RPGs as yourself, sir, good year. I want to play Ojima. I want to run Ojima so bad, but I've talked about this before when I was after I beat Shenmue and then streamed for an hour afterwards. I need to get my skills up as knowing Dungeons and Dragons TM as a game more first, and then also I want to do some like one shots with friends, or like something super low stakes like a Space Kings, which you just need a deck of cards. Like, I could just have some friends over and be like, let's pick cards. And if you or the viewers don't know, Space Kings is a super easy TTRPG. You have a certain amount of skills, points in certain skills, And however many points you have for a skill that you're trying to do, that's how many cards you flip. And if you pick a face card, you succeed. If you don't, if it's just the numbered cards, then you fail, and that's it. If you get a Joker, it's a critical fail, and I think if you get an Ace, it's a critical success. That's literally it.
Yep.
It's super easy, and I want to just get the muscle memory of, like, I've not been doing it for 30 years, which, holy shit, that's impressive. Once I get that down, I don't want to just jump right into Obojima. I want to run like a serious, like, on the channel, like, stream it, do it live. We've done some tabletop stuff live before. Dying to get back into that game. I've been, like, bothering my GM like crazy.
Yeah, it was your Savage Worlds one. I remember catching a couple episodes of that.
Yeah, oh god, it was so rad. And we had, like, such a heartbreaking, like, unplanned season finale. And we got to figure out what to do next, because it's going to be like a jailbreak. But yeah, I don't know what it is about. Maybe, I mean, I love Ghibli, obviously. So, like, when I heard about Obojima and like you said, it seems crafted with such love and reverence and respect for Studio Ghibli, and like you said, it doesn't feel like a parody. It feels like honoring, you know. I got so sucked up into the idea of, like, running one of these that I told you this on stream, but again, for viewers who missed it the first time, I'm trying to get to the core of what Hayao Miyazaki, what Studio Ghibli as a whole is at its essence, and to try to, like, bring that into this eventual game. I don't know when it's going to be of Obojima that I want to run. And so I have this list. You talk about making lists and ranking them and putting them in. I do have plans to watch every Ghibli and Ghibli adjacent film that's out there, and there's 35 of them. And I just watched the first one we were talking about the other day, where it was like 1968 or something was like the first one, where Takahata's first directorial debut, and Hayao Miyazaki was like a key animator for it. So that's what I'm considering the first one. It's called the Adventures of Horus, Prince of the Sun. And it's rough around the edges. It's definitely an old one. It's 1968, for God's sakes. But that was definitely the first one. So everyone out there, please be patient with me as I watch 35 movies, but also be ready for a list of lists, because holy shit.
Lists. Oh, the tier ranking's got to come.
Yeah, that's going to be part of it too. I'm gonna do a tier list. And yeah, it's for fun. It's for content. I like making lists, scratch that neurodivergent itch. But I really, really want to do these creators justice in a tabletop game and bring that to other people. So I don't know how many players I'll have. I don't know if you'll have time, but you're on my short list of people to contact once the time comes to start casting, as it were. So yeah, if you're interested, let me know.
Yeah, I'm always. I think you have the heart and the know-how of a good story, and I think you put too much pressure on the DM part. I think you have this
for sure.
I think it's so, again, but that also comes with, if you play with people the allowances kind of come back to play, where it's the allowances are made for you by people that care about you and want to play the game. You're not a professional. You're not getting paid to do it. Maybe you may reap the benefits of doing it, such as streaming and tertiary benefits of clicks and views and things. But
yeah, my like check from Twitch every month, that's like $10.
Sure. Hey, it is what it is, man.
Yeah, it's something.
But, as a whole, the allowances come, and it's just a good story is a good story, and even a mediocre story is a great story when it's with friends. So it doesn't really, there's no pressure that needs to be had with DMing. It's just, you're the referee. A lot of the work is on the players. It's the best way to do it. Is you're there to, you're the omniscient referee of fairness and hopefully moving the story along. But depends how sandboxy you do things, and there's a whole dichotomy of how you should run games. And that's why, like I said, I don't think the Matt Mercer and the Brandons of the world don't ruin the hobby. I think they have a very polarizing way to play the game that has been going on forever. I just think they just have the platform to show people, and they've done, I think, more for the hobby in a good way than Stranger Things did. And Stranger Things put D&D back on the map.
Yeah.
I mean, it's it's, I think they kind of just came along and made it a digestible content, and I can't watch people play D&D. Like it's like I can't watch cooking shows either, because like I want to play, I want to eat.
Right.
I can't. It doesn't. It does
Okay.
nothing for me. I find no enjoyment in it. I've been on other people's streams who've done games, and I've like, look, I'm just playing a game. This is nothing. Like I'm gonna turn it up. The camera's here. I'll do what I can for you, but I'm just playing D&D. I'm having a time of my life just playing D&D. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't change anything from. But I think there's a lot of pressure that DMs are like, oh, I gotta be like them. I gotta have this emotional da 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 da. Like your player's gonna do most of the work. It's a heavy lift on the players part. You gotta have you just gotta keep the wheels moving.
Yeah. That's the part that I worry the least about, because I think I can keep things moving. Like I've played as a character in several games, none for more than like, I don't know, 6 months or so before some kind of drama, or adults with adult schedules make it fizzle out, trying to get everyone together. And then I can improv enough that I think I would be okay at it. It's the parts where it's like, if someone were to ask me, can I do this, or if I do this, do I get a plus? Like what dice do I roll? And that's where I'm like, I
That's
don't
fair.
know the structure of the game well enough to be like, what's the rule there? Because you said the books are freaking like hundreds of pages, and that's where I get like, I don't know if this is allowed, or like I don't know how mechanically this, like I worry more about the mechanics than the storytelling aspect.
That's fair.
Because I struggle even as a player. I'm always asking, my fucking GMs are probably like, dude, I'm telling you for the last time, it's this dice plus this number plus this thing, and you subtract this. And I'm like, I went to art school, not to be a mathematician. Like, I don't.
School dropout.
What do these numbers mean? Like, why is it this time that I roll this dice? Why is it, and
Fair.
so
I think that's a very, 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 if not the most fair of any opinion you can have about TTRPGs as a whole is, having as many as I have, and I read through the books, and I'll play one that I love the most, and I'll forget the rules all the time. I've been playing the same one for probably about 10 years now.
yeah,
And I always forget the fucking rules, because like the bandwidth, I'm not gonna remember everything. We're all, we're all gonna remember shit, and then sometimes I'll make it up on the fly. I'm like, cool, it sounds cool, we'll do it, and then I'll write it down, and I'm like, hey, future reference, we can't do that again, or future reference, you were right, or it just depends. Like I don't want to. Sometimes it's just a pacing issue. If it's already kind of slowed down, like the pacing's not like we're not in the heat of things, or we're kind of goofing. It's a beer and chips kind of game.
yeah,
We'll look it up. We'll just pull it up. We'll just Google the answer. Someone on Reddit's already answered it, and Google AI has already regurgitated the Reddit answer for me.
right.
And it's already there, but a lot of it's just got to keep that flow going. So sometimes you allow the rule of cool to kick in, and
Yeah,
even sometimes I know like the rule cool won't come into effect. Anecdotally, just a quick D&D, there's a spell. It's like turn water into alcohol. It's like a very low level spell. One of my campaigns way back when, the villains were the merfolk people. They were like opposite astronaut suits. They just had water pumping into their things.
oh shit,
That's how they walked on Earth. And they're like, we're coming for the land people.
Yeah.
Basically, like, you guys have fucked up the oceans. We're gonna come kick your ass.
Team
And then one of my
Aqua
buddies,
motherfuckers.
pretty much, one of my buddies goes, I'm gonna turn alcohol in his respirator, one of the generals, into alcohol and just kill him instantly. Just establish like we're not being threatened by anybody, because they're inherently bad. It wasn't like we got to take care of the environment. It was no fucking Obujima, like you kind of see both sides going. They were the bad guys, very black and white.
Right.
And in the book, it's like, oh, you have to be able to touch the water. You can't. I was like, fuck, it just sounded cool. He grabbed the guy by his respirator, turned it into alcohol, and killed the guy. I was like, cool. But normally I'd make you roll dice. It'd be a combat. But I was like, that's so cool. But you're only doing it once. You're never gonna get to do that again. But you made it like a monumental. You did the thing. You took that was your spotlight moment. We weren't looking up the rules. I know it was wrong. Even I knew the rules. You couldn't do that. It was so cool enough where I was like, saying no. It's not fun.
It's such a good idea too.
Yeah, it wasn't like the main boss. You didn't beat Sephiroth with like you didn't cheese him in a corner with like a wall hack.
Right.
It is what it is.
No clip.
Yeah.
Roll for God mode.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you put in cheat codes while we're playing the game.
Right. Roll for up, up, down, down, left, right, B, A star.
That's not Infinite Lives would be sick.
Right. Do you know? Have you played, or do you know about Nimble?
The name sounds familiar. I don't have it on my shelf.
Okay. Well, I don't actually. I don't even know if it's like a game as much as it is like a way to play D&D with much less math and much less rolling, and it's supposed to like streamline content or streamline combat. And I know like one thing is like there's the initiative is kind of like you roll. Your initiative is like whoever makes the most sense a storyline wise just goes first. And then when you roll initiative, instead of like the order of turns, it's however like if you get a single or a double digit number, that's you get one or two actions on your turn. And your action can be like an attack or a movement or whatever. And it's like you can attack twice, but if you do the same thing twice, then you get disadvantage. So it's like to prevent you from just cheesing and doing the same thing over and over. So I don't know if you had heard about that, because I had heard of I started listening to a Let's Play of Obojima that uses the Nimble system. And so far it's been really cool to like hear that and see them like rolling really quickly, getting into combat. And then the faster you can do combat, the faster like it snaps everybody back into like the role-playing part. Because the D&D can be kind of like, oh, roll this, okay, then add this modifier, and then okay, whose turn is it? You're up next, so get ready. Like get ready to tell me what you're gonna do. And then by then you're not like role playing as much as you are just like doing math together.
Correct.
So you know, and that's some people like that, some people don't. I think it kind of like takes the urgency out of the situation. So yeah, I would check into it. I think it's kind of a cool. I think there is a book, but it's like really thin, and it's just like here's what you're doing differently than 5e or whatever it is.
There's a lot of like one of like the big so like there's like your dice rolling crunchy math rocks kind of games.
Yeah.
And then there's ones where it's called Powered by the Apocalypse. That's the
I've heard of that
style of game. And then there's like a bunch of offshoots of that where it's very narrative driven. Where you'll still roll dice, but not necessarily in like moments where like you're locked into the story. Like you'll get like, I just do this thing. Like I am a firefighter. I can put out fires. I don't need to know how. I'm not rolling to use a fire hydrant. My character is a firefighter. I just do these things. He's not gonna fuck it up. Like unless there's some sort of extenuating circumstance in which I cannot do said firefighting.
Right.
But Powered by the Apocalypse is very narrative driven, and there's a ungodly amount of books that pick a setting and do the thing very specifically in that, where it's like, well, if you do it this way, one of the ones is there's like one of the big ones. I don't know if it's not technically Powered by the Apocalypse, but it's called Numenera, and it's basically like you create a character by, I'm gonna kind of get it wrong, but it's basically like I am adjective noun who verbs and then adjective noun, and you fill in that as a Mad Lib in whatever way you want, and that's basically where you stem from your character, and then your DM, your referee, whatever you want to call them, kind of builds off of that. It's like, all right, well, I'm the very fast firefighter, or maybe not very fast, maybe like I'm the fast handsome firefighter, and so like, all right, you guys, he's probably gonna do initiative first every time because he picked fast. Nobody in your other group picked fast, so no matter what, it's already decided that firefighter is fast. He's going first. And then the handsome guy, so if there's whatever proclivities he gets into to use his charm or his attractiveness to sway things, that's the face of the group. And then they get the verb, and then they're always a firefighter. So that means anything that we can all think firefighters can do, climb ladders, they just do. That's cool. And and then there's and that's basically I'm a kind of paraphrasing and bastardizing it a bit, but that's what Powered by the Apocalypse kind of runs on, is like this notion of like, yeah, you just do the thing. That's why we're playing the game. You picked Link, you can use a sword. Right. You're Solid Snake, you can shoot a gun. You're not missing. Like he's shooting a gun. He points the thing, he shoots the thing, it worked every time. Yeah. Whether or not he gets the shot off because of something's in the way, or maybe it's a really tricky shot, then he'll roll dice because it's like, oh, that's an impossible shot. He's not a sniper. He's not,
Yeah.
one of the other weird characters in that universe, but he's just that guy, But yeah, there's fun ways to do it. And I think that's what probably Nimble is probably just an offshoot of taking that and being like, look, we can make this more entertaining if you don't want to roll dice. Because I think when you're, especially playing online, I definitely notice when I play with strangers, when it's not their turn, how much invested they are in waiting for their turn.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
they're unfortunate people not
their
muting
phone,
their
they're
mic and you can
looking
hear them playing games.
Yeah.
But it's like, I like the ones where like we're on camera. That's why I have a camera set up, because I play D&D online.
Yeah.
Is look, if I could see you, like, I'm not trying to be, that guy, that guy's playing Minecraft, or that guy's playing,
that man's playing Galaga.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, but you're also invested. Like, hey, I'm on the spot. We're all invested because I can see you. You can emote. You can dial into the. I won't. I don't think I really play any online games where camera's not required. I want. It's not that I need to see you. It's just I need to know that you're present. Essentially, doesn't mean you can't be like goofing off looking at your character sheet on the screen and you're watching. Hamtaro for all I care. You know, but.
But when it's time to be present, it's time to be present, because you're gonna slow down the game for everybody.
Yeah, and like a lot of like the crunchy dice rolling ones are a little bit more tricky to do online. Like when everybody's sitting around riffing and drinking and eating chips, rolling dice doesn't really take you out of as much as when you're trying to lock in as best as you can to a digital screen, to a digital DM, and the narrative ones I think do a great job at like capturing the Overson's got a million screens and other things I can be looking at when it's not my turn.
Yeah.
But like when you're narrative, like you're listening to every word because every word matters and every emotion kind of pushes the story forward versus like, oh, I rolled 44 dice on my turn, missed everything, didn't do anything, but I wasted 20 minutes.
Cool. Next guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the. I like D&D, and it's like, I think they talked about the creators of OpenGM and were like, yeah, we didn't necessarily want to use D&D, but it's the most accessible. It's the one that most people know if they are going to know something. So I think that was the right choice from a marketability standpoint.
100%.
But yeah, it does sound like something like Powered by the Apocalypse, or like there was one that was, I heard of a Star Wars RPG where it was like positive and negative dice and success fail dice. So you can you roll them separately, and it's like you can have a negative success where it's like, oh, there's a stormtrooper at this console or whatever, and it's like you try, okay, I'm going to shoot him. Okay. You roll the dice, you get positive, or you get negative and success. And you decide as the player, like the GM has final say, but it's like, okay, tell me what happens then on a you succeed, but something bad happens. And it's like, okay, well, I shoot him, but he falls on the alarm and it goes off and 3 more, guys come in, 3 more stormtroopers. Like stuff like that seems really cool, and like getting your players engaged in the story, and not like, I know, the GM's point is to tell the story, but you are all telling it collaboratively. So it kind of gives a little more power to the players, not to bring back Munch's Odyssey, because that was the slogan for that game, and I remember that because I'm an insane person. Or maybe that was just original Xbox in general. But I remember the Munch's Odyssey commercial. It would always at the end be like, "Power to the players."
I do remember that.
Yeah, it like puts this. These are things that stick in my mind, but real life skills and stuff, not so much.
That's not relevant.
It's the important stuff. But
yeah, it's the Genesis system you're speaking of. I believe that's what it's called. Yeah.
Yeah, or like Fate's system, is that one?
Fate has a lot of the. Fate's a very popular system. That's the one that has like varying degrees of success, but on like a curve. It's like you have a critical success, critical failure. You have a failure, you have a success. Fate's also like really simple to teach people. That's like the go-to. That's like, you can. Someone wants to roll clickety clackety stuff, but not be overwhelmed by numbers. I think D&D's easy to teach people, but I think it's hard that people get invested. I think Fate does a better job at being like, look, 4-sided dice. I think it's a 4-sided. It might be a 6, but it's a really simple system. It's more of an improv with dice involved. Same thing with a game called Fiasco. That's like the one I teach people I'll run that one for people who've never played D&D before. who want to, or if they're afraid to role play, if they're like, because that game is, we 6 people sitting in a room together, we all sit in a circle. There's no real DM.
Oh, okay.
I roll a couple dice, and there's scenarios. There's like probably about 20 or 30 different scenarios at this time, and then there's a bunch of people who make their own that they publish online. But basically, it's 6 of us in a room together. I roll 2 dice. That makes my character. There's a sheet tells me, hey, you're Jon Snow, but you're also Ash Ketchum's like younger brother. It's not as silly as that, but
Yeah.
it basically just gives you like, hey, use these kind of like tropes. That's your thing.
Okay.
And then now you choose someone else around the table, and you roll dice, and that's your relationship to them. Like, oh, that's my lover, and it could be like your homeboy who's not that comfortable with that kind of energy,
Yeah.
or you're someone at the table like, oh, that's my aunt, or that's my enemy. But you'll learn that it's a collaborative effort, and the whole thing is you have like these 6 little tidbits about you to drive the thing forward, and that's a D&D you can win. There's an end goal to it, but the sole purpose is it's a game, but it's still a role-playing game. It's more of a game, but the whole driving thing is like, hey, I'm Ash Ketchum, Jon Snow's younger brother.
Yeah.
I got a White Walker and a Pokeball. I hate you.
Yeah.
And that's how you drive the thing. But like the scenario could be like, oh, well, you may be that character, but you're also shrunken down like Honey, I Shrunk Our Kids, and you have to just get to the kitchen.
Yeah.
And like you just have to use, and you roll. There's dice mechanics to it. Like you roll some successes to like, oh, I want to do the thing, and it's just success or you don't succeed. But you also have to explain when you fail, when you succeed, and then it's just it's called Fiasco. There's a whole bunch of books on it. They're relatively cheap, but it's my go-to one to like people who aren't role playing, or that's like I can just tell they're on the fence about it, and I'm like, hey, we could just like if you're in that like improv kind of like thing, and that's not really my vibe. Like it's not what I want to run a game for, but I can at least make you more comfortable to like express yourself. Then you run Fiasco because it's like it's a game first. It's kind of like playing like a werewolf game or Secret Hitler where you have to kind of like lean into being the thing to make the game work. You have to pretend to be the villager or the werewolf or not, and subterfuge and etc. Social deduction. This one's just not really I get you, I got you kind of game. It's a collaborative effort, but you have to lean into the thing that you roll to kind of motivate you. And it's not as awkward as Jon Snow and Ash Ketchum having a love child, whatever I came up with. But
go Night King, I choose you.
Yeah.
Night King used Frostfang. It's super effective.
Frostfang, super effective. You're testing my patience, game.
Yeah. That's awesome. I love a good social deduction. I like werewolf. I like Secret Hitler. It's a little too real right now though, because
it's not as funny
playing the Secret Hitler with a group of people who may actually be Secret Hitlers if you don't know them. You're like,
it's kind of lost its. I'm sure their sales have tanked. Hopefully,
not
that hopefully those people were on the up and up and didn't lose their jobs and they needed that. But it's just one of those things. Like it's like this is just do werewolf or just secret COVID guy, like one who has COVID. Just do that. That's
it's we would play like mafia skinned version of Death Note as mafia, or skinned version of mafia that was like Death Note. We would do that at some of the early anime conventions that I went to, just sitting around with a group of strangers, a bunch of nerds being like, okay, so you're the Death God. You're the Death God, No Face, and
it's a callback to me thinking that's who that guy was.
And that's full circle. What's what we call a callback in the biz. Well, we've been going for just about 4 hours, so I don't want to keep it too much further. I know you said you can talk about tabletop gaming until Kingdom Come.
Sure.
So at some point on or off stream, I would love to pick your brain about some more tabletop stuff. Just to literally be like tips and tricks and hey, can I do this? Probably specifically D&D. I don't know if I'll change the system for Obojima because the book is going to be going off of like D&D, and that's the one I know the most, even if it is a bit clunky. So, but I'm sure I'll have a bunch of like, what the hell does this modifier mean? What is a class versus, or what is a feature versus a quirk? Or I forget. There's two things that are like exactly the same thing. I'm like, what the hell?
Quirks and flaws and feats and quirks.
Feats, yeah, feats and features. I'm like, or quirks and features. I don't remember. But yeah, I will probably pick your brain about some of that stuff. And maybe at some point, I don't know, run a little one shot of something along those lines at some point. I'm gonna run something with everyone who I'm interested in and is interested in doing the Obojima. I'm gonna literally be like, it's gonna be like dating. I'm gonna be like, are you a good fit? Like, how are our goals aligned? You know, like, which I'm sure for you is like, yes, that's literally how it is every time.
That's I don't have time to waste. You know, there's things that don't work. We're here to have fun. You know, but it's also it's an energy investment. You know, that's the big part of it. Like whether you're the guy running it or the guy playing it or whatever. It's just there's investment in it. Some people can just maybe face value, like, oh, I'm just gonna roll clickety clackities. There's games for that, and they're fine too. But I think a lot of ones where, hey, I'm especially someone who's like invested in it, like not only just like me, I can play a billion different tabletop RPGs. I can play one once and never play it again. I have plenty on my shelf that I have and don't look back on it. But you're like, hey, I like this thing. I like this environment. I like the things that touches this thing. There's just roots to it, to like more things that I like. Like there's like a level of investment where like your investment's going to be greater than anybody else is going to play it. So at least you got to get somebody at least on like the level of care, because your expectation of other people is not fair with them unless they know it.
Right. Yeah.
Unless they know, like, hey, we're not making fart jokes. Your character can't be called like Dweezil Johnson. Like they don't fit. I don't care. Like I'm not saying like you can't make your own character. He just had. I'm not saying make a character, but you can't be like Art. They can't be Art the Clown from Terrifier. Like you can't. He ain't fitting in. He's not an Obojima. I'm sorry. You're not making Art the
Yeah. My guy's name is Dick Butt, and he is literally just a dick attached to a butt.
It's funny because like I'll play games with people who've played D&D and tabletop RPGs as long as I have, and all of us make those characters when we play together. When it's just a bunch of like veterans who've been playing forever, everybody's a fucking joke character. Everybody's a fucking a meme. Everybody's like a name just slightly changed enough where like one person in the group gets it, and like all the rest, you start to unravel. Like, oh, that's fucking, that's Neo. You know, like just it's like we're all in on the same joke because we all are like. Even usually the DM's also like, I get it. The Blind Samurai. It's Kenshi for the 1,000th fucking time. Like,
because you've done the serious one far too many times.
But again, the game I play weekly on Wednesdays, everybody's pretty serious about it. So I have a pretty serious character. I take it seriously, and they're all veterans. But we read the room. Everyone's like, hey, we're doing this thing. It's story driven. I still roll dice, but it's very much like, hey, your character's. What's it? Heroes never die, legends live forever. What the Sandlot said. That's kind of like the vibe. Like we're the last hope of this universe, so it matters. Like our investment's story driven. Like you can't be like they're not gonna make a statue of Dick, but that's just not gonna happen. Again, it's just,
I'm just picturing that now.
Everyone gather at the statue of Dick Butt. We will talk about our plan to save the world.
It's
the statue of what now?
Showing up. Dick Butt. The whole butt.
Okay.
We're not. No.
Yeah. I mean, and you can, and for a game like Obojima that is like quirky and fun and a little bit goofy, like you can, going back to like, you can be funny, just be earnest. Like,
sure.
But take it seriously, even if it's not like everything is hinging on the the end of the universe. Like it's not. It doesn't sound like that game, but still be earnest with it.
Yeah, and at the funny side is that like the complete opposite is like the edgelord character where he's like Dante from Devil May Cry.
Right.
I was like, if that's your character and you're not making a joke about it, it's fucking fun to have the fucking edgelord, giant cloudbuster sword kind of like. If you're not making a joke of it, it usually works really good. But the problem is like someone will like make a joke out of it, but like that's the character they really want to play, but they have to make that haha millennial LOL at the end of their joke. Because they're too afraid to be like, no, I really like this character.
You're right.
You know what I mean? Like, but it's like, if you create an environment where it's like, no, that's the social contract. Like, you really want to be the hot topic, red hair,
Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect example. If that's what you want to be, then just lean into it 100%. But
but you gotta own it.
Make a joke about it. Yeah, you gotta be that guy.
Yeah.
Like, you that's your guy. You're Dante. You're sad. You're sad boy Jones. Whatever you want to be. you know, that's why I think it's like there's that two sides where it's like, oh, you can be the goofball. Like, cool, there's a goofball. And, you know, one of my favorite animes was Samurai 7. Fucking,
Yeah.
there's some really serious characters, really goofy characters.
Yeah.
The Ski Moribito were fucking terrifying. And then you have like goofballs getting mowed down like day by day. Like, it's just one of my all-time favorites. But it's like, it worked because, like, you know, obviously it's a little bit different in media that it's not a bunch of homies hanging out, drinking beer and, you know, playing a game, but like they leaned into it. You just gotta full send on the, you know, the vibes. And if it doesn't stick, it doesn't stick. But, you know, I think Obajima has allowances for it though. I think Obajima, like, it can be super serious, but then, you know, you go to a vending machine and like you can revive like your dead homie. Like, you just put him in the vending machine, he comes back new. Like, there's some, there's like, you could say that, like, oh yeah, you got to hit B7, and the thing gets stuck, and you got to shake the vending machine to get the revive out.
Right.
It's like, no, my friend's dying.
You're like, God damn it! And then you got to roll for dexterity when the vending machine falls on you.
Yeah, live.
And now you're stuck under the vending machine. Your friend's dying. Oh God! Why?
Yeah, someone's in a gacha machine trying to get like their it's like a random generator to get the revive. They're like, oh, another Sonic. Oh, another Sonic. I need a revive. Just you and Shenmue just trying to get the fucking.
Maybe I should get another. Maybe I should get another. Maybe I should get another.
See, but it works if that's the universe. Like, that's the beauty. I think Owajima and like that whole, you know, I think it captured it as saying, no, now as an expert who's seen 4 films.
Yes.
As the, you know, Kojima, not Kojima.
That's close enough.
Kojima, not
Miyazaki.
Whatever his name is. Miyazaki. As you know, as a Miyazaki stan.
Yeah.
I can put the full stamp of approval on Owajima being the whole vibe, and even just like I said, as a good read. It's just a fun book. Even if you never get to play it and you get to look at it every day. I literally, after I watched Spirited Away, I went and grabbed it, and I was sitting on the couch, like, just paging through it. I've read it about 100 times now, but I'm just going through it, like, okay, this is just reabsorbing things that I've already seen. Not even like digesting rules, but just the vibe of it. Kind of it's just like, yeah, it's in there.
Well, the latest Miyazaki acolyte. You are now initiated into the cult. I mean, the group of friends who definitely don't worship this man and will definitely not be taking a week off of work to mourn when he dies. Yeah, there's gonna be a couple people: Miyazaki, Jim Carrey. There's gonna be a couple people that are gonna be like I Robin Williams was still tough for me. Jason David Frank, real tough for me. Kind of worship the ground he walks on. But it's warranted, I think. And I can't wait to get Obajima. I pre-ordered I got like everything. I ordered both books. I think it's probably all going to come when the second book comes out in like September. Both books. I got the GM screen. I got some notebooks. Like, I'm ready when the time is right.
Tight. The notebooks are very cool.
Yeah. Everything's so designed, and it's not just like, oh, here's just a regular line notebook, but we got it custom printed with the logo of the game, or like just the same art that's on everything else. It's all so craft. You can't be influenced by Studio Ghibli and try to do a homage to these people with their level of detail and like skimp out and, you know, do like the same mass produced crappy merch as everyone else.
Yeah, it's definitely not a cash in. They're definitely not just like using that vibe to be like, oh, we like that too, buy our shit. It's definitely like,
yeah,
like even I think like the one, like I think it's a dice set, but it comes in a vending machine.
Yes, I almost got that one, but I got the one in the VHS tape instead.
Even that's more my speed. I like my analog shit. I got a whole box of VHS next to me that I'm tearing apart for a project, but
yeah,
I love analog things. I got a lot of analog art projects I've been working on behind the scenes that, you know, they're fun. But yeah, I love analog anything. Just give me grimy. That's when the VHS hit for me when you gave me
I almost like
copy.
I had half a second where I was like, oh, I should edit that part out. I'm like, no, that's all part of the experience.
Nah, loved it.
The scan line, like the tracking lines going, and a little bit where like the audio kind of gets a little garbled just for half a second, like not enough to take you out of the movie, but it just makes you feel like you're, you know, sitting at home in the 90s, sitting way too close to your way too small TV in the dark, eating popcorn and drinking orange juice if you're a crazy person like myself. I don't know. I don't know why I did that.
man.
But every now and then I get a craving for it.
You just keep that shit to yourself.
Yeah.
Next time.
Yeah. Yeah. If I ever got sick afterwards, that was very interesting tasting coming back up. Maybe that's why I got sick afterwards. Well, the only other thing I wanted to close the loop on, you said if there was any Studio Ghibli video games. There's actually one. Technically two, but they didn't work on the second one. There's a game called Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch. Yeah.
That's been on my list forever.
Same.
I will definitely pull the trigger on it next time it's on like Steam sale, because I've had it. I mean, I think it's been on my Steam wish list for a decade now, because there's like 3 of them now, I think, right? Isn't there like 2 or 3 of them?
I think there's 2. There may be like a spin-off one on the DS maybe. But yeah, there's two main ones. They didn't work on the second one, but yeah, Studio Ghibli themselves actually like did character designs, animation. Joe Hisaishi, who does all the music. We didn't even talk about the music in these movies. Oh my god!
I totally forgot. I totally didn't even write the notes. I think it was just a given that the soundtracks and the scoring alone was masterful at best. Like it was a character. They did a job of making music a character.
Yeah, it's the same. It's for the most part, it's the same guy, Joe Hisaishi. Does it in all of them, and he's just.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, masterful is right. Like he's just. Oh my god, like. You can't. What else can you say other than it's like literally some of the best movie soundtracks to ever exist, and you can tell that from the first like couple of notes. Like when I watch Spirited Away, and I hear that first like on the piano at the beginning of I think it's called One Summer Day, the very first song of the movie. Oh my god! I just immediately I'm like goosebumps. I start tearing up, like just from like the pure emotional resonance of it all. Like it's just so grand, and or it doesn't have to be grand.
Fun fact, that's called Frisian, by the way.
Ooh, what's that called?
Frisian.
Ooh.
An auditory response that gives you goosebumps, or like a memory that gives you goosebumps.
I love that. Okay. Frision?
2 S's O-N.
Oh, okay. Oh, like a French? Is it a French word?
Frisson, probably.
Frisson. Okay.
But yeah, so
nice.
I looked it up one time because there's certain songs I'll listen to that'll give me a goosebumps, and I'm like, why? Or like I'll think of a certain movie scenes that give me goosebumps that aren't like a horror or whatever normal people get goosebumps from.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that happens to me with like all of the Nier soundtracks, like just about any of those tracks. Or like when I see live theater, just hearing like the orchestra like just start to swell up, like I get like emotional, like I start to like my eyes tear up, and I just I'm like I'm gonna cry, but like why? Nothing's like, it's not the story of the show. It's not even if it's a show I've never seen before, and I just hear that start to swell. I'm like, my body's like, we're crying now. That's what we're doing. We're crying now. And I'm just like, what? Okay. I'm just along for the ride, I guess.
Give consent.
Yeah. I didn't want to do this. Like, and then if it's a show that I know and love, or like my favorite musical of all time is Hadestown. Super recommend it. Listen to the off-Broadway one if you listen to any of it, if you've never heard of it before. I got to see it live when it was off-Broadway, which in my opinion is the best iteration of it. And I literally just, I can use this reference now and you'll get it. I Ghibli teared. Like when they cry in those movies, it's like giant
of water,
bubbly tears, just like just like pouring out.
I did have a negative note on that. I'm singing the high praise. I'm not gonna nitpick giant fucking tears, but they were giant fucking tears.
Yeah.
Like to the point I was like, oh, this good animation. What do we like? I had to like look at it. I'm like, is my copy fucked up? Like, just it didn't look good. Like even like design choice aside, the animation. I don't know. Maybe you remember really well, but I was staring at it. I was like, these are huge tears.
Yeah.
Like when she loses her name and she becomes Sin, and I'm like,
yeah.
And she starts crying.
She's
I'm like
eating the rice ball, and it's just like,
yeah.
I love it. I think it's such an interesting choice, and it really like it. If she had just done the anime like tears down the eyes, or even just like the coming out the side thing, like just to oversell it.
That's true.
I think it would have been
worse.
Taken away. Like this.
Yeah.
It does take you out a little bit because you're like, this is so unrealistic, but it also just feels like I feel like you are crying harder than you ever have before. You know.
Yeah, yeah, you're right, because I think the sideways, typical anime, or like the little droopy fucking one of these kind of tears things would have taken me out of it. But I think I was just, but it's still noticeable because it's definitely a design choice. But I think it was the best design choice. That's a good call too, because I think anything else would have been way worse.
Yeah. Or there's little things like that don't make sense. Like another Ghibli thing that I see a lot is when a character's like in an intense moment and they're tensing up, their hair starts to lift a little bit. I don't know if you noticed that across the ones you've watched.
The wispies, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like a little like, are they about to go Super Saiyan right now? Like they start to lift a little, and you're like, like you feel like the pressure, the energy in them. God, well, I know I said I was gonna wrap up. Anything you have going on? You mentioned like art projects. Do you have anything on your Instagram to show for this? I'm curious. I'm super curious about this VHS project. Or is there anything you want to shout out?
No, but I will be putting something together. I think at some point just to show people some of the stuff that I'm making. I will at least give you something I am working on. It's gonna be ugly drawn because let me see if I can find the one that show you my little notebook here. Also, a little pro tip: Adam Savage of the MythBusters. Yeah. One of his things he talks about, one of his videos is, sometimes you have really good journals. This is like a cheap freebie one for working in human resources. It's whatever company. I just scribbled it out, and you get all this where like, oh, welcome to the meeting. Here's some bunch of shit, and they just put it on your desk. But I have a bunch of good books. But he's like, just destroy them because you'll think none of your ideas are good enough to write in them because the book's so nice.
Oh.
So destroy the book, fuck it up. That's why I drew these ugly goblins just in the middle of a meeting.
Yeah.
With no effort, like just doodle a goblin, and I started just distressing it. I have what is it? I have a file here. Every now and again, I'm just filing the edges of it just to distress it. Just because,
I love that.
And he's like, just destroy it because if you're never going to think whatever you write is going to be good enough in it. So you're like, oh, is this idea good enough to put in my good journal I got from Michael's or whatever? And it's like no, it's not, because then you'll start losing out on writing ideas because you're just so afraid to write. Little fun fact: watch Adam Savage tested for his little tidbits. He has like 10-minute videos. That's one of them.
Yeah, as a chronic overthinker, I love that idea. And also, Adam Savage, big Ghibli fan.
Did not know that.
Yeah, he made a big, huge version of No Face to go around to Comic-Cons and give people. He did like the chocolate coins, like the gold coins. Remember when No Face does?
Oh, very cool. Yeah.
I did that once as a. I have a No Face costume. I should have worn it for tonight. It's way too freaking hot. But for my college's, which was an art school, so everybody knew. For my college's Halloween party one year, I dressed as No Face, and sorry, Adam Savage, but I'm one-upping you on this aspect. Instead of gold coins, I actually got those little gold nugget candies.
I remember those.
Yeah, that was
chocolate.
They were like bubble gum, I think, but they were like old prospectory kind of style.
Yeah. It came in a bag.
It was a little mesh, like mesh, like a little burlap bag.
Yep, I remember those.
And I gave those out to people and I'm, awesome. That costume is just a black drape with a mask, so nobody knew who I was. And so I went around and I was just giving people the gold. And some people were like, oh, that's cute. And they took it. But some people who knew, and Adam Savage says the same thing when he gives people the gold, who know the story, they're like, no, I'm not touching that. Like, no, absolutely not. You're going to eat my ass. Not eat my ass, but that was after the party. No.
Respectfully.
Yeah. But I actually, like he did in the movie, I stood outside and I waited for somebody to let me in. Like I was committed to the bit.
I respect it.
And I even won. Maybe I threw it away. I don't know. I got a little trophy because I got scariest costume that year because with and this was an art school, so there was people doing like fangs and blood and like crazy monster makeup and stuff, and I got scariest because I was just walking around ominously giving people gold and nobody knew who I was.
Yeah, less is more, man.
Yeah, it was awesome.
But I will just after this note. But if I can get my camera lined up here. A little shitty note. So I'm turning my VHS tape. I forgot to line this up. It's all reversed, but
yeah.
But I'm turning into an ecto cooler from the little high C drink.
Yeah.
So I have a bunch of wires here, like a little it's my little schematic there with a speaker on it. So basically, it's gonna play the Ghostbusters theme song, and then hit a button, and I got a pump, like a fish pump for a fish tank. Pump like
Yo.
a green liquid through it as it just plays a Ghostbusters song and just like an art piece.
What? Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. That's sick.
Little
Yo,
30-second clip.
I can't wait to see that. Is that, are you going to put that on your Instagram?
Probably will. Once I have like enough projects, I think I'm trying to like front load them, and mostly just because like I'm trying to like digitize a lot of like I have so many notebooks throughout my whole fucking house that I'm just trying to digitize them all so I do stuff with them. The first step is just put in organization of some sort, but as I'm doing it, ADHD is kind of a fun double-edged sword where you get to like do a bunch of different things, and then like once you finally get one done, you get more motivation to do a bunch more ideas.
Yeah.
So like that one's just sitting here waiting for me because I have a whole box of some lady was getting rid of VHS tapes. I was like, I'll take them all on Facebook Marketplace, and I got some pretty cool ideas that I think you'll like for cassette tapes. I have a Jet Set Radio one planned in my book I tried to find. I couldn't find it, but
shit. Oh shit.
I'm similar design as Ecto Cooler, but it's a very that art style.
Yeah, like Shibuya punk.
Yeah.
Grind fiction. It's
and I have no affiliation with Jet Set Radio. I didn't like it as a kid, but I just like the art style.
Well, oh, dude, it's yeah. Even if the game wasn't for you, like that, I think the first cell shaded video game. So like any anime style game or cell shaded video game owes it to Jet Set Radio, or even just like if you only like it for the soundtrack. Valid.
That's what I liked before. Yeah,
it's one of the best soundtracks of all time. Oh my god. Well,
what? That's all I got. My headphones are dying, and thank you so much for having me. This was really fun.
Yeah, thanks.
Outside of the curtain.
Right, yeah, inside the curtain. Welcome to the Experience Point on camera family. It's been 4 hours, and it's been a great 4 hours. I thought I wasn't sure, like, is this going to be like super short, super long? I never know.
I'm the looper. I will loop you into a conversation.
That's true. Oh man, there was something I was gonna say about Looper specifically, not the movie.
Movie? Oh
no, that is a great movie though. Oh,
I like that movie.
Damn, it had something to do with something we were talking about. Damn it, it's gonna come to me as soon as we go off air, and then I'll have to text you. But yeah, thanks for sharing your evening with me. Happy to have you on anytime. This was awesome. We may have talked about things other than Studio Ghibli more than we talked about Studio Ghibli. We'll have to see. But
casual.
And yeah, it always is. It's fun. I'm like I said, I'm not the. Even though I started with the joke of what's going on, guys. Hey, we want you to. Blah, 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 blah.
That's good though.
It's just I can't do that for several days a week for multiple hours a day. It's just not sustainable. I need to be me. Yeah, anything else you want to plug other than everyone follow Jimmy here at the No Geeks Allowed. That's KNOWGEEKS allowed. Anything you want to shout out? Any fun facts or words of wisdom before we head out?
If you can't be yourself, be Josh Koval.
I can't think of any better way to end or any words of wisdom to end. I know Josh is recording tonight, but God, I wish he was here. I mean, he is in spirit and in face. So I will say thank you, Jimmy, and Josh's face. Thank you to everyone who popped by. Polisa Keaton, that one AI bullshit that I had to kill. And if you're here after the fact on YouTube, thank you. Leave a comment with your favorite Ghibli movie or your least favorite. I don't know. Whatever. If you hate these, that's fine. Just tell me why. And yeah, thank you, guys, gals, non-binary pals. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. Go to therapy. Drink more water. And my only recommendation can be watch a Ghibli movie. Just find one. You can go from the most vibey slice of life to literal life and death, save the world stuff. There's probably something for you there, and they're all great. If for some reason you haven't seen those movies, check it out, and we'll see you in the next one. I don't know when it's going to be. I don't. Wait, yes, I do. It's Tuesday. I'll be back tomorrow.
Great. Just lost all traction there at the very end there. Anyway, have a good night. Love you guys. See you, Jimmy.